We'll throw on some shit. And you let us know if you like him or not. Do you have the volume for that? Oh, is that the remote right there?
That one.
Perfect. Yeah. Just whatever you think is a good volume for that. Is that too loud or is that? Edelman 11 is good.
Edelman 11.
Edelman 11.
We'll do it.
I've never heard that before.
Shouts Edelman, dude. All right, let's give a quick 5, 4, 3, 2,
1.
Dance it in.
Dance it in
Yes,
now.
sir.
Dance it in. We're live.
We're live from the stew
We're live.
with young Carlins.
Carlins.
Thank you for coming, man. I
Thanks for
appreciate
coming.
it, dude.
Of course,
T-Back.
bro.
T-Back, how we living, T?
We're living lavish, bro. We're living lavish. We got the man, the myth, the legend.
The Star
know.
CB, baby.
Yeah, Star CB.
Fuck
CB1.
yeah,
Carlins Patel.
Dude,
how you doing, bro?
I actually
How you
wanted
doing?
to ask you, like, do you think the CB position is like the hardest position in football? Because I think it is.
I think it is physically.
It's
It's
Yo.
doing everything backwards.
I was just about to
But
say.
I think the hardest position though is definitely quarterback.
QB. You have to chalk it to QB.
Well, QB is just involved of the entire offense, same thing like middle linebacker. You're like, you have to know what everyone's doing. It's a
Yep.
team thing. But I think, like you said, you're running backwards. You're working off the back legs. Like, it's like I'd compare it to, like fighting. Like, Izzy Adesanya is like arguably like the best like counter fighter, but he has to fight backwards. He's working off the back leg. It's like arguably the hardest fighting
He's like
style.
a DB in the ring.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
That's
a
what I'm
DB
saying. It's
in
like
the ring
it's
for
arguably
real.
the hardest like fighting style, but like he just makes it look easy. And I think CBs, like good CBs, like make it look easy.
Yeah, they
You know what I
do.
mean?
Yeah,
And
they
you
do.
really have to make it like you said, you're always going backwards, especially
Yeah,
when
that's
you're,
a good point. Like, you're trying to cover like some of the fastest people in the world going backwards.
Going
Like-
against people like
That's brutal.
DK,
DK,
like
D-Hop.
Tyreek.
like Tyreek.
You have to
Oh my
run Tyreek
God.
speed, but backwards.
Backwards.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
It's hard. It's hard.
And you have no idea where they're going.
No.
They know where they're going beforehand.
That's why like it's so easy to get your ankles broken because you're
Yeah.
backwards. You're gonna trip over
Well,
yourself.
not Carlins. Never
Not
that.
Carlins,
Never
no.
that.
No,
Never
sir.
that.
Yo.
But yeah, tell us about your time in the league and how that's been, and the grind up to it.
Yeah, we want to hear
We need to hear the NFL stories.
story.
We
The
need
story.
them.
So actually, where'd you start off at? We'll start at the beginning.
Yeah.
Local guy. Just doing big things. Put it on for the city.
Yeah, man. Started off at Everett.
Yes,
sir.
High
Shout
School.
out.
Shout out
Put a
Everett
C.
High. Yeah, thank you to the live
Did you
crowd,
win?
by the way.
Most
Did you win a ring with them?
Yeah.
Dude, they're
so,
nasty.
So I
Oh.
won a ring. I won a ring my senior year, right?
Yep.
Now we was going to be my class of 2017. We were about to be the first class in Everett history to not win a ring.
First. Oh, because
First class.
yeah.
Within the 4 years. until
Wait,
we won
in
one.
history.
In history.
Wow.
Oh my
Until
god.
we won, there was so much pressure on us to win that
Right.
year.
That
And
year.
we did win it. So,
You guys had a team though.
No, we
A
did.
team. Like, how many of you guys play college ball?
From my class alone, almost everybody.
No
Everyone.
shit. That is actually
Everyone.
fucking insane to think
Yeah.
about, because like think about how hard it is to go to the league, and then think about how hard it is to make it to college. Like it's like just a step below. It's really
It's
like
the same thing.
it's
like,
hard. It's not easy.
and especially a like public high school,
Right.
just putting out talent. Like, how many guys went D1? You should have. Like, I don't even know how you ended up at Assumption in the first place,
Man,
but
that was
God
a
has
story,
a plan.
Man. Yeah,
God has a
man.
plan, but
That was a story how I ended up at Assumption too.
yeah,
Let's
how
hear it, let's
how
hear
was
it.
that?
So my so going into my junior year, right? So my freshman and sophomore year, I've always been like small, right?
Yeah.
So going to my junior year, I hit a big growth spurt.
Yes, sir.
I gained weight. I was feeling good.
Yep.
I was talking to colleges around that time, and then my first scrimmage of my junior year, I broke my collarbone.
Damn.
So I was out that whole year.
That's brutal.
So
And
they
then-
they were the scouts already had eyes on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
So
that would have been big exposure.
would have been big, especially that was my junior year. Junior year is the most important.
It is. It is.
Why is that?
Just because that's where you like really solidify yourself. Because a lot of
Okay.
college, their classes start to fill up within like juniors.
Okay.
Because senior year,
Yeah.
that's already like kind of late.
It's like
for-
too
for
late
us.
to get recruited.
Really?
Almost.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unless you like.
You have an
a
all-star
crazy
season?
year,
Yeah.
That's
Damn.
why most kids get offered sophomore year, junior year.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, they're trying to just get talent early on, early.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess like the younger the better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I broke my collarbone. I came back playoff time. I played 3 games that season. I did pretty good within those 3 games.
Bald.
Shout
And then going to my senior year was a big year for me. You know, coming from an injury, all that stuff,
Yes,
talking
sir.
to teams.
Bounce back.
Yeah, you're ready to
bounce
show
back.
what you got, you know?
And like my senior year, we won the Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.
And I balled out that year. Like I did my thing that year.
Let's go.
But my
Hell yeah.
grades.
The
So
grades.
my grades was pretty bad. So I remember so I had 3 options. UNH, New Hampshire,
Yep.
Merrimack, and Assumption.
Yes,
Those
sir.
were my top 3. So
Was Merrimack D1 at this time?
nah,
Because they just turned
D2.
D1, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So with New Hampshire, I remember because I ran track too.
No way.
So-
What
so
what
I
what was your event?
So I only did indoor. So I did the 55 meter and then the 4x2.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Dude, I did indoor
Flying.
track too. I threw though, so it's different.
Mhm.
But I thought track was a good time.
No.
But yeah,
it
sorry to cut you
definitely
off.
was. No, you good. But no, I love track. But I remember before I had a call from one of the coaches from UNH.
Yep.
They told me that they were gonna have a DB visit that weekend, official visit.
Let's go.
They said if he wasn't going to commit, they're gonna pull his offer and give it to me.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, so you know that
That's
whole
big.
weekend. Yeah, so that whole weekend, I'm like, man, I need that offer.
shit.
I
You're just
need it.
hoping he just doesn't like
Yeah.
UNH or something?
I'm
Yeah.
just hoping, but then he ended up committing.
Damn.
So I remember I was at a track meet in Somerville. We was playing Somerville, and I got the
Shout
call. So I got the call from the coach. I didn't know if he committed or not. So I got a call from the coach. I'm like, yo, this is about to be an offer. I'm about to commit right now.
Yes, sir.
So then, like I go out the gym because it was loud, track going on. So I go out the gym, and I pick up, and then small talk, saying how are you, blah
Yeah.
blah, and then he was like, man, I got some news to tell you. So I'm thinking, all right, let's go. And then he was like, yeah, the DB he committed,
Damn.
so we can't offer you. I'm like, damn. I'm like, okay, that happened, and then so it came down to Merrimack and Assumption.
Merrimack Assumption.
I did my official visits at both, and they were both D2. They were both in the NE10 at the time.
Yep.
Assumption, they was top ranked in the country. I was
Yes,
like,
sir. Balling.
man, might as well come. Might
Hell
as
yeah.
well come.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. But I love my time at Assumption though.
Yeah,
I
bro.
loved it.
Wouldn't change it for the world.
So are you were you guys same grade?
He was a year behind me.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
actually
okay.
funny because I remember like summer workouts. We're going in summer workouts.
Yep.
Like I'm gonna be a sophomore or whatever. Carlins pulls up to a summer workout, probably like the first one. Usually freshmen don't pull up, or very seldom that do they.
Yes.
Carlins pulls up. We're doing like the chair drill,
Yeah,
like
I
run
remember
up, sideways, back pedal, whatever.
Yeah.
And obviously Carlins balling, fucking skating through this drill.
Skating through.
And
Let's go.
Coach V, you don't remember Coach V? He's like, "Okay, young blood. Okay, young blood."
that. Yo.
So from that point on, everyone's like, "Yo, this kid, like, he's a ball
star.
player. He's a ball player."
Star power.
Then he ended up starting as a freshman. That was the year. Yeah, that was the year we went the farthest, right?
before
Yeah,
this, yeah.
made it to Elite Eight.
No shit, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
That was
We
dope.
did our thing, but that year was so fun.
2017.
It was so fun that year.
You had a
Yeah.
good coach that year, right? Didn't he
Yeah.
leave right after?
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
you telling me about
Bob
that.
Chesney, shout out, come on the pod.
Shouts
Actually,
Bob.
we'll be hitting you up. Yo, slide into the camera a little bit.
Oh, might be.
You good?
I should have fixed the camera angle a little bit.
But yeah, Bob Chesney, great coach.
So 2017 best
2017.
Best year.
year. Really?
Best year,
Well, what was
most
what was so good about it?
We was just winning.
It was just
It was just winning. Like we was out there, and not only we was winning
On the
we
field,
was
but you winning
killing
off the
teams.
field
we
too.
were
We was
killing
teams.
teams.
Really? Just
bro.
running
By
up the
30,
score?
by 40. Like it was crazy.
Like we had like I think it was like homecoming weekend. We're playing Merrimack. The school, he almost went there.
Don't you guys have a rivalry with them too? Or is it Bentley you guys have a rivalry?
Bentley's the big
Yeah,
rival.
Bentley's the big
Bentley
one?
is.
Did
Bentley's
you guys
the big
beat the shit
rival.
out of Bentley too?
Bentley, New Haven, I think.
No shit.
New Haven, yeah, New Haven.
Yeah. Now Bentley beat us.
Yeah,
No way.
that was the one snafu, But
Bentley beat us.
Snafu.
the
Last game of the season.
yeah, we were really working teams, like
Mhm.
destroying, like blow the doors off, 60-point wins. Like
Yeah.
we deserved to be ranked like where we were.
So who'd you guys
Um,
lose to in the playoffs?
We lost to
IUP.
IUP.
Mhm.
What's IUP?
Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
You guys
They-
played in PE?
Yep.
Yeah.
No
We
shit.
Pulled
PA,
up to
man?
their spot.
We almost beat them too.
We
How long is
should
that
have.
drive?
We did beat them.
We left Thursday night. The game was Saturday. We left.
No shit.
Yeah.
Was that the farthest you guys ever went
Yeah.
to travel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn,
that
were
was
you guys
a
held up like an Airbnb or like a hotel?
Yeah, it was a
hotel. They had like a hotel on campus actually.
Mhm.
It
No
was pretty
shit.
nice.
It
Like
was pretty cool.
you could see the
Wow.
field from the hotel.
Dude, that is so crazy how colleges like really invest in their sports, man.
Yeah.
That's why I think, dude, college athletes gotta get paid, dude.
Yeah, they do.
Well, they
Don't
do.
you think it's
They
kind of a
do.
scam?
D2 kids should get
Yeah,
paid.
they did,
But like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know how D3 would work, but like, dude, D2 and D1 athletes, it's really your job.
Mhm.
It comes before
Full-time
classes, dude.
job.
You have to
Mhm.
work your class schedule around your sport.
Yeah.
And that's kind of fucked up, I think. You know, 'cause it's not fair to you, right? Because now certain classes you got to take later on
Yeah, you
because
got-
they don't fit in your schedule. So
Hey, that's the sacrifice you got to make.
yeah,
though,
tell
you
us
know?
about what did you study, and you know how did that coincide with school and sports?
So I studied health sciences.
Let's
so
go.
Like going into health sciences, I wanted to be I always wanted to work with athletes, like
Hell yeah.
even when I'm done.
Yep.
So
Like
I
PT
did
stuff?
That, yeah, going into
Hell
PT,
yeah.
but going to PT, you got to go to school for 3 years again.
Yeah, 3 more years.
Well, this guy's got 2 degrees. I got 1 degree. This guy's got
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, you know how that shit goes.
I'm already knowing, bro.
But yeah. So PT, where do you stand on that now? Like, is it still something that you want to get into in the future, or
Nah.
because you need those three extra
Dude,
years?
trust
right?
me,
Yeah.
we
I'm not doing it.
no, trust me, we feel that because
Fuck that.
we both, like I said, he got 2 degrees, I got my degree, and once we kind of got out, now we're doing blue collar shit, just like
Yeah.
completely switched up because
Yeah, I'm not using my degree at all.
Yeah.
it's just so
But
weird. Like I don't
I feel
regret.
like no one does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot-
nobody
majority of
does.
people
Nobody
don't.
does.
dude. It's not like I don't regret getting my degree. I just regret like putting myself in so much debt to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
It's a scam. The
I-
whole thing's a
Yeah.
scam.
I think it's good to always be more educated. Like that's why I am a big proponent of like we should have free tuition because why would you not want more educated people in this world?
Yeah.
But like I just think that you make that decision when you're 18 and dude, I don't know shit.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know
don't-
shit right now.
Mhm.
I'm about to be 26, fully fucking formed frontal cortex or whatever it is.
Grown ass man.
I'm a grown ass
Grown
man
ass
now, and I
man.
still don't know what the fuck I'm
Yeah.
doing. Like, and you expect these kids at 17, 18, like, especially guys that are, you know, playing sports. You guys are very good athletes. Like, you know, you got a chance to do something with it, and like you're just thrusted into like such a high intensity situation,
Yeah.
and like people think like, oh, choosing what you want to do for a career or going to college is like a simple choice. It's really not.
Nah, it's-
Right. Like everyone graduates and they don't know what they're doing
Yeah.
anyway. Like.
And everybody grows too. So like you going into college
Mm.
at 17, 18, you think you know.
You
But
think
then
you
2
know?
years later,
Don't know.
you're
You don't know
somebody completely
nothing.
different. Now
Yes.
you're
Yeah.
something else. It's just hard. I think with college, like when I have kids, I'm gonna tell them, if I'm not gonna force them to go to college,
Mm.
Yeah.
But give them the opportunity.
yeah, give them the opportunity.
Yeah.
With college, I feel like if you don't want to be a lawyer or doctor or something like that,
Something where you
don't
need
it.
You
college.
don't need
Yeah,
it.
you don't
You
need
don't
it.
Like
need it.
PT, you need to go to
Yeah.
college. You need school.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I would never discourage people to want to like get higher education. I think that's important, especially like you said in those like fields. You need to get that. I just think that like now that we live in like a digital age where everything's online, like dude, you can Google anything, you can YouTube anything, and you'll get the answer.
yeah.
Yeah,
know,
you can
Mhm.
YouTube University.
Like you realistically don't like a lot of the classes. I think I was telling you like a lot of classes. So I was a science major, right? And I bet you took a lot of science classes, right? You probably took physics and chem and shit.
Yeah.
Like a lot of that
shit's a
stuff, like
force.
OD.
it's just more memory. It's not really like applying the conceptual areas to like utilize that to like, you know, how do I want to think about this? How do I want to innovate? How do I want to create? Because think about like all scientists and all like very intelligent people. Like a lot of them didn't go to school. Like
Right,
Shakespeare
they just
didn't go to
figured,
fucking
they just
school.
figured it out on their own.
They
like
just, like-
Einstein.
They just had it. They just had these ideas where they were able to be creative and like and find unique ways of doing things, not just like rewriting the same algorithm over and over again.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I just feel like that's what college is. It's like very robotic.
Mhm.
You know, kind of like a conveyor belt, just like processing.
Just
people
getting
through it.
kids out, pumping kids
And like
out.
when you got a guy like you that kind of like breaks the mold, gets into the league, like wants to really like achieve, and like you get there, it's just like that's where like the difference is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not for sure. I know Harvard actually just came out with a study that said with like new entry level jobs, only 29% know what they're doing.
Oh, I
Yo.
bet.
Only
And that's
29%. Yeah, that's real low.
That's
so I think
low.
everybody learns through experience. So like, I mean, 29% is crazy.
Right,
So,
like no matter what, like you could take like the most intricate classes in college, and you can graduate, join the job, and you know nothing about the
Yeah,
job.
exactly.
You have to learn everything right there. So like,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the job's gonna teach you anyways.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
why do I need this paper to like feel like it teaches me because it
Right.
doesn't, you know?
it's just the system, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, tell us
Something's up with it.
like what was like the craziest like sports college moment that you guys had?
Sports
At
college.
Assumption.
Both of you, yeah, both of you.
I think the craziest for me was just how like, just like the vibe of the team almost. Like they say like winning cures everything, but like that year 2017, like yeah we were winning, but like just the vibe, like the energy that I mean it came from Chesney,
Yeah.
but that was just like some of the most fun I've had playing sports like my whole life. Just obviously because we were winning, but just like the camaraderie, the teammates.
There's no
Unbelievable.
moment though, like no certain play that really got you like going. You know what I mean?
Carlins pick 6 against Finley.
Oh, yeah,
Sealed the
yeah,
win.
No
Sealed the win.
way.
Yeah,
Tell us
yeah,
about
that's
that,
fun.
Yes,
dude.
sir.
That must feel like you got the world on your shoulders. You know what I mean?
Now that play was crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
That was your
It
first
the
pick
second
6,
round.
right?
Yeah, my first pick 6. It
Yes.
was the second round. Was it second round or third round? No, I think it was third because we played on Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it
That's
was
sick though.
Yeah, I forget what it was,
Yeah.
but it was deep in the playoff run
Deep in there, we playing Finley at home.
at
We
home.
got the crowd going crazy,
Yep.
and then we was winning too. I think we was winning by like a touchdown or something.
Right.
And they threw a little out.
They were kind of
Jumped it.
driving
Yeah, they was.
because you returned it for what, like 80 yards.
Yeah, it was like
No shit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, he ran it out. Quarterback threw it. I just jumped it.
Jumped
took
it.
right on our sideline too.
Took it.
it. Went to the crib.
Just he wasn't high stepping, but in my head playing it back, he was like high stepping from the 50.
Can you guys sell in college, or do you guys get flagged for that?
Nah,
You
nah,
get
we can
flagged.
celebrate. We
You can celebrate,
You
but
just
like
can't like taunts.
Yeah,
it
you
depends.
Yeah.
It depends what kind of mood the ref is in, honestly, because
See, that's so weird to me. Like, why are flags subjective? Like, I don't understand why in NFL, like, Tyreek throws the peace sign and that he gets fined and flagged for, but like, why is it okay for fucking, I don't know, Eli Apple to like just like throw the ball? Who just picked off like Brock Purdy, or who was it? Someone just picked off someone and they like threw the ball back in his face and they didn't get a fine or
yeah,
flag for it.
it's definitely, like you said, subjective. Like it depends literally what type of mood the ref's in,
Yeah, that's just like weird to me though. Like,
and if
that's,
the refs see it.
and if
Yeah.
they see
And
it,
if they see it.
and how they see it, because
Oh.
a different angle could look different.
what about that play for the lineman? I think it was for the Lions where he was like an eligible receiver and he clearly went up to the ref and
yeah,
they
yeah.
called a flag for it. Like, what was
Yeah.
that about?
I think that was just bad
Communication?
bad refs. Like they
Bad refs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what they was doing.
Dude, they can make or break a game. It's
Yeah.
bad, and that's why I think like they're definitely rigged games, dude. Let's be honest. There's definitely some games that are totally fucking rigged.
I
Well,
always
yeah,
say,
I
feel
would like to hear your opinion on that.
on rig.
Yeah,
Yeah, you think there's a script?
Nah, ain't no script. But I would.
But you
say
think there
this,
could be though.
I would say this though. Anything you can place a bet on in Vegas can be rigged.
Oh,
I like that.
Yo,
I like that.
that's a fact.
Because Vegas knows something sometimes.
Because Vegas is always like, whatever the line is, the score is gonna be like within 3 points. Like, how do they know that?
Majority of the time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I think they run like simulations, right? They use like computer software and they simulate like
Right.
what
Like
can really
the odds of this happening or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So like I understand how they do that because they do some high level like computing for that shit. But like you said, anything that you can bet on, they definitely have insider trading information going on because the whole idea is the house always wins, correct? There's
Yeah.
like if the house doesn't win, then they can't
shouldn't be the house.
generate money, right? They can't get the revenue to then fund people that have big wins. So that's why it's fucking corrupt. You know what I mean? The house always wins.
Yeah.
But have you
It's
guys
crazy.
experienced any of that in college or even in the pros or anything?
With refs?
Just anything. Anything kind of sus, anything shady going on.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
you didn't
I'm
just
pretty
go
sure.
to ASCO, right? You transferred out to.
Yeah, I went to South Carolina.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So how was that
Roll
experience
Cox.
as well?
Yeah,
Oh, Cox.
what? South Carolina was. I loved it down there. It was so fun.
Great weather?
That was COVID year,
It was
right?
so fun. Yeah. Went after COVID, so 2021.
Yep.
Yeah. That year was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. They do a lot of stuff different though. Like I mean, they're D1,
D1,
we was
D2.
Yeah, but
What's the biggest
fun.
what's the biggest difference between D1, D2, like talent wise?
Yeah. Is the gap level crazy?
nah,
Really?
it's really not. I think the only difference I see is O-line, D-line. That's the only
The
difference I
trenches.
see, yeah.
Just size and
Yeah.
That's the only
speed.
thing I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like corner, receiver, safety, running back, I didn't see no really big difference.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Like SEC though, like overall SEC versus any 10, like take the lines out of it. How does that stack up? How does that stack up?
Yeah, man, it's pretty even, man. It's pretty even. Yo, but nah, playing in the SEC though was fun though. Like
That
one of
must
the-
be crazy.
When you was asking about the favorite sports moment and stuff like that.
Tell us about it.
We was playing Auburn. I think we had 5 wins, so we needed one more win to go to a bowl game.
Hell yeah.
So this Auburn game was like big, and the game was sold out. It was like 90,000, sold out. Crowd going crazy.
Oh my
The-
God, 90,000.
90,000. The funny thing is about South Carolina, like they the Gamecocks, so their mascot's a chicken.
Yeah.
So before the game, like when we're in the tunnel, they have a big bird cage in the middle with the
No.
mascot. he trying to break out, man. It's mad funny. It's mad funny.
Dude,
mad
I feel
funny.
like the South takes football very
Yeah.
seriously.
Oh,
like
yeah.
they don't fuck around when it comes to their sports, man.
Mhm.
Like
Like, what's the most we ever played it in front of at Assumption was like 4,000
Yeah, like
maybe.
4,000.
Yeah.
dude, was the stadium
And that
shaking?
that felt like it was
Yeah.
shaking.
Nah, yeah, it was,
Damn.
it was.
90K, bro.
That's some fucking insane energy when you think about it, right? Like, how does that play into your performance when you got people in your ear? You know what I mean? Just going nuts.
I don't think, to be honest with you, I don't think it made a big. Like, I don't think it was a big thing. Like in the game, the only time I would hear the crowd would be third down. That's the
Yeah,
only time I
yeah.
would
Well,
hear them.
that's when they get loud, right?
So like, I remember we played Texas A&M at A&M. It was a night game.
Mm.
So their stadium was sold out too, but they hold, I think, like 110,000.
Holy shit.
So their whole stadium was sold out. And I remember every single third down, I couldn't hear, like, me and my teammate could be right here. Can't hear
Can't hear
nothing.
him.
I can't hear
Yo.
anything.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you do in that situation? Like
Yeah,
he's
how
trying
do
to
you- how do
relay
you
a call. Like,
communicate?
what do you
Yeah.
do? Just kind of just
You just
ball?
do some signal,
Yeah.
and you hope for the best. That's pretty much it. You
I
can't
know.
really. Nah, yeah, it's tough, but yeah, I wouldn't say like the crowd noise and all that. I don't think it's that like big. I don't think at all.
Yeah,
just-
that's got to be like an experience thing, right? Like if you're
Yeah.
new to that feeling, you probably probably get in your head. But like if after a season or two, you're probably like, all right, I'm used to this.
Yeah, because I remember before we played Eastern Illinois first game, so the weeks leading up to that, I remember like the coaches, they would always come up to me and be like, "Oh, are you ready? You ready to play in front of a big crowd? Like you ready?" Literally every single day they would come up to me. during
Big
practice,
crowd, you ready?
Like you ready? You ready? This ain't Assumption. You ready?
Damn,
yeah.
shit on assumption.
Yeah, man, but hey, man,
So was East Illinois a big crowd?
yeah, it was the first game of the season.
Oh, it was home?
Yeah, it was home.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The game was sold out too. Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
One game I'll never forget though is Missouri, because Missouri, it was cold. It was cold as heck over there. I ain't gonna lie. But where the defensive side of the sideline is,
Yep.
behind us is the student section.
Oh,
So they
right
was just
there.
Talking shit.
Talking. It was crazy. It was
You ever talk back? You ever
Nah,
say anything?
Never.
Nah, yeah, that gets you nowhere.
Mm-mm.
You see that a lot.
That's
though,
how
with
you let them win. You know.
yeah,
if
certain
you talk
players
back.
get tight, dude. Like they
Yeah.
like need to say shit, and like you said, yeah, you can't.
You can't
Just
do
let
it.
just let your actions do that, right?
Yeah. If I were to say anything, it would be we played Tennessee, and usually in the stadium tunnels, the tunnel would be in the corner,
Yeah.
but Tennessee, it's in the middle. So you got the whole stands around. And
Oh,
it's in
shit.
The middle. So all the fans is like looking down,
Yeah.
spilling stuff
Oh.
on us.
No way.
Throwing stuff on us.
Dude,
Like,
that's fucked
That's
up.
crazy.
I'm telling you, like, the SEC, them fans is crazy. Like, I got stories for, like, they fans is crazy, bro. Crazy.
They have just have passion for football that's like unmatched. I feel like.
that's all they live for down there, man. Does that get in your head sometimes when you got a lot of people in your ear, like talking shit to you? That ever gets to you?
Never.
No.
That won't phase him. That won't phase him.
They're on the outside looking in. They don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't know
Exactly.
the work that was put in. They don't know nothing. But sometimes though that could kind of play back on you though, because they don't know what you had to sacrifice. They don't know what you had to do.
That's a great point.
They're over there speaking down on you. That's what gets a lot of players mad.
Yeah.
They don't really know what you've been through.
Yeah.
Like,
It's true. It's true. Like.
Yeah, tell us about those challenges you had to face through just to get there.
Yeah. How was camp? Like, camp at a D1 SEC level. Like, how did that compare to D2?
So I think the summer leading up to camp, right? So I got to South Carolina in May.
Yeah.
So we have summer workouts from May all the way to the last week of July. And then they give us 4 days off, from Saturday to Tuesday off. And then camp would start that Wednesday, right?
Shit. Did you go home for that?
Yeah, I went home.
Okay.
So from the summer workouts from May to July, like they killed you. Like my body was already messed up from the summer workouts. So you know how
killing you.
So like at Assumption, summer workouts weren't mandatory. Like you could do your own work.
Right. Not mandatory.
Yeah, it's not mandatory. So
don't have to pull up.
Yeah. So you're kind of going into camp like fresh. But at South Carolina, like there was no going into camp fresh. Like your body was already beat up from the summer workout. So then going into that, so from my body already messed up, going into camp, a couple days into camp, I was running, pulled my quad. So I pulled my quad. I didn't say nothing because it's my last year. I'm trying to get going.
You're trying to get after it.
You're balling regardless.
So I play on the quad, like I'm doing rehab on it, like I'm getting it wrapped every day, and then like it gets real bad.
Yeah.
So after we play Kentucky, this is like week 6.
Damn.
So I'm playing.
You're laboring through that shit.
All the way to
Dude, that's not easy.
Yeah,
that's not easy at all.
So after we played Kentucky, like I couldn't run, like I
couldn't
just couldn't
move.
take it.
Yeah.
So I went to the hospital, and then I had a grade 2 quad strain. So it was partially torn.
Partially torn, yeah.
So I'm playing on a partially torn
Quad
this whole time.
all year.
And just making it worse.
Yeah, just making it worse. And then I got that right. They shot me with a PRP shot, plasma rich.
Is that like a
platelets.
peptide?
I don't know what it is, but they took blood from me, and then they went to the lab, like did stuff with the blood or something, and then they injected to my quad. Crazy part is I had a partially torn quad. They did that. I didn't run for like 3-4 days. So 3-4 days I'm in crutches, right?
Yeah.
To not put no pressure on it.
Yeah.
I literally get back on the field completely fine.
Holy shit.
Like I didn't feel it
Really?
at all. Yeah.
Wow.
Like completely fine.
It must give you like some stem cells.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah,
like
that makes sense.
Plasma rich.
Yeah,
Wow.
plasma rich platelets.
Okay.
Yeah.
PRP.
Yeah, so what do you think about, because we've talked about this on pod, about like obviously the use of performance enhancers and how a lot of athletes, get caught with them or like use them for like recovery. And like I would say we're definitely both advocates of like using certain things that help you heal a little faster, because that realistically is your job, right? Like if your injury is hindering you from being able to do your work, then like I totally see the idea of like allowing you to take like some stem cells or maybe some like type of growth hormone to help you heal up. But like what's your opinion on performance enhancers?
I think they should allow anything that help you heal faster. I think they should, because the season is long.
Right.
Like you look at an NFL season, regular season is 18 weeks, 17 games.
Right, and they
want
to add
That's
more.
just the season, not the
that's just the
preseason
season.
and the off season where you're
Yeah.
still putting in that work. Like you said, you were killing yourself in the
Yeah.
off season just to get right for the season, and that might have been like that kind of breaking point, right? So like, what were you doing then to kind of like get that rest and the recovery?
Like doing when?
Like in the off season, like when you're training hard, like getting in the gym, like what do you do you have any remedy? Like you were a health science major, right? Like was there anything you learned, like anything to help you kind of get your body right for those things?
Yeah, so we would work out in the morning. So it'd be like 8 a.m. with the lift and the condition. It would be like 8 a.m. to like it would be like an hour 30, maybe 2 hours, something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, we pretty much had the whole day. So and me, since I was in grad school, so I didn't have classes in the summer like the undergrads. So
Nice.
I was just in a training room, just trying to in the hot tub, in the cryo chamber, and
Yes,
just
sir. They had everything.
they had everything.
They had
bro.
it
So
all.
you would switch between hot tub and cryo chamber, just like hot and cold?
Nah, so I kind of stayed. So I did cold for a while, and then I read some studies about how cold, like the rice method, is not really as effective.
So was that rest, ice, compress?
and
Yeah,
Elevate.
So it's not as
it's a myth, basically.
Yeah, it's a myth.
Okay.
So I know I would just be in the hot tub a lot to get the blood flowing in my legs.
Yeah.
So but I think it was they had some machine in there that so they put salt water in it. So they put salt water in.
Epsom, like
Yeah, the Epsom salts. Yeah.
So they put it in there. You put, swimming cap on, you put little goggles on. You go in there, you lay down in the water. So you're floating.
Oh, that's the deprivation tank, right?
Yo.
So you're floating. They close it.
Oh, shit.
And if you take a nap in there for 30 minutes, it feels like, I think, like 3 hours.
Yeah, because like you get such a deep rest, right?
Yeah.
Because they say
Holy
that
shit.
they say that when it's complete darkness, like no sound, no light, you're just like your senses are completely turned off, that your body just like regenerates faster. That's like the idea, I guess, behind it, right? Do you feel like that was like really important? That helped a ton?
Yeah, it definitely helped.
How often would you do that?
Not that often, actually, because it was a lot of work to get to do it. Like you had to rinse off first, and then you had to it was
like pour the
was a whole lot.
salts in, like
process.
clean it up. Yeah, so I can see how. But do you think that if you did that more, it might have been more beneficial?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But like even with the team, like they had a whole bunch of stuff in place too. Like we had massage therapists come twice a week. We had a
That's
chiropractor twice a week.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they put a lot in place so you can recover.
That's
better.
important.
Recover,
I think I'm glad that they do that because, like you said, like in the off season you're killing yourself, and then you get to the season you're still hurting. So like I'm glad that they implement those things because, yeah, like a chiropractor you should get realigned. Like your spine gets compressed, it's like not a good thing, So I think that's great that they have those opportunities,
Like, so I look at like, Julian Edelman. Shout out Edelman.
That's
Come on the
perfect.
pod, by the way.
Shouts out, man. Let's put a C on that.
We know you're watching.
Can we get a little louder?
Yeah, there we go.
Nah, he needed to come for real.
But I remember he tore his ACL like
Was that
preseason.
2018, 2017?
Yeah, it was like preseason. Like Brady was still on the team, so they're trying to make a run. He gets hurt. The next year he gets bopped for PEDs, but he really only used it to help his knee recover.
ACL, which is not an easy thing to recover from. Like unless you're a freak. Like who was it Cam Akers that like recovered from that in like 6 months or something?
Yeah,
like
less than a year.
Like less than a year. Like unless you're like a freak that can do that.
Look at Aaron Rodgers. He was back practicing.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he was walking around.
Yeah.
Like that is fucking crazy. But he's like a big like holistic or like I don't know. He's got like some weird remedies for him to do shit.
Yeah,
some DMT maybe.
Yeah, man, he be off it.
Yeah.
But even with that though, like say marijuana, I know there's a lot of like negative connotations towards it, but it helps your body.
It does.
Reduces
it has
inflammation.
a lot of benefits.
Exactly. So even with that,
dude, that we were just talking about how that it is so crazy that it just got like legalized now in sports. Like even UFC just got rid of it. Like, do you know who Nate Diaz is?
Yeah.
You know Nick Diaz's brother. Nick Diaz essentially like retired from UFC because he kept getting caught with weed in his system, and it's just like. It's just like not a performance enhancer. Realistically, if you think about it, it's just like something that may help you eat more, may help you sleep better, may help reduce inflammation. Like, I think those are all things that like some people may struggle with. Maybe some people can't sleep well, and like they say that like if we didn't need sleep to survive, that sleep would literally be your performance enhancer because it helps you recover, it helps you build more muscle, and helps your body like immune system and everything. So it's like, why wouldn't you want something that helps you do that? You know, like
Facts.
Brittany Griner went to fucking the gulag for it. Like that's crazy, dude. That is insane.
That's just Russia being like.
Yeah, that's just being communist Russia, man.
Yeah, like, but that's the thing. Like, did you have to get tested like going into the league for?
Yeah.
Anything?
How was that system like?
Yeah. So we did 2 tests. So you do test for marijuana.
Do they do a hair test?
Mm-mm.
Okay, cool.
So
just piss test?
Yeah. So you test for marijuana only one time. So you test
okay.
during camp.
One time a year, or
one
just
time a year.
One time a year.
So
okay.
if you pass that during
So just
camp,
stay off a month before?
Yeah, exactly.
And you're chilling?
You're fine. And then they do the second test, which is for any performance enhancement, stuff like that. But yeah, you do one test for that marijuana and that's it. Like you just gotta stop for a month or so.
Beforehand.
Is it strictly marijuana or other like narcotics, like maybe like cocaine or like things like that?
I think actually they do 3 tests. One for street drugs. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They do one for street drugs, one for performance enhancement, and then the marijuana.
Yeah, I mean, I think marijuana is like the most harmless thing. But like when you're like John Jones and you're getting bopped for cocaine 3 days before the fight, dude, like what the fuck are you doing?
It's only in your system for like 2 days too, so you know like.
Well, I think John Jones said that he had a ritual where a week before his fights he would get fucked up and party
he would go on
just to say that
rampage.
if he lost that they beat him on his worst day. Which is like a weird kind of like,
and he still wouldn't lose.
And he's still champ. He
Mm-hmm.
literally just won the heavyweight belt easily. Fucking
easily.
choked out the main contender. Choked him out in literally like 2 minutes. He's a fucking dog.
Yeah, he is. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. That's wild.
Dude, I'm such a huge fan of the Jones brothers, dude. Shouts to Chandler Jones, John Jones, all those boys because
big shouts to Chandler.
I mean, they have another brother too that was in the league.
Arthur right?
Arthur
too?
Jones.
Yeah.
Arthur Jones. I think D tackle.
D tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That family, dude. Like, imagine growing up around just absolute studs. That only forces you to become a stud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think John is the youngest, isn't he?
He might be.
I think he's the youngest.
I
I
think
think it goes Arthur, Chandler, John. And John is arguably like the better athlete.
Yeah.
He's been champ for like 10 years in the UFC. Like he took like a 3 years off because, you know, he was getting popped with drugs and shit, and I think he like got into a car accident and he was going through some shit. But when he came back, still
he still dominates.
Hold on. I need to this is a slept on moment that no one talks about, but let's look up.
Isn't Chandler Jones like
he's a little crazy.
Yeah. Okay,
Chandler Jones is not crazy.
I think didn't he like go in public and like streak naked or some shit?
I think he was. I remember he was on the Pats and he had this. There was something where he was like shirtless in a bank parking lot, but it was like he was smoking like synthetic marijuana, K2 or something. I don't know.
What is synthetic? Like, what's the difference between synthetic and
K2? K2 that.
K2,
That's that hard stuff.
Yeah. K2 will have you like a zombie, from what I hear. Never have experimented, nor do I plan on it.
All right, so this was UFC 285, so only 10 months ago. John Jones beats the contender Cyril Gane in 2 minutes. He subs him with a guillotine. This is the first thing he says becoming heavyweight champ. Look how big Cyril Gane is, dude. Because he was light heavyweight before he moved up to heavyweight.
He just beat him in 2 minutes.
Dude, this is the first thing he says after becoming champ.
I can only imagine.
He is the GOAT, MMA fighter.
Yeah.
2 minutes, guillotine. Dude, how insane. You come back
That's
up a
the
3-year hiatus, you tap out that motherfucker, and you go, can I get a to the
crazy,
ground? That was such a slept on moment because I think what happened a couple months later is Izzy knocked out Pereira and hit him with the fucking arrows.
Yeah.
And I think that was just such like a crazy like UFC moment that this got overshadowed. But like, dude, he literally has been champ his entire UFC career. He fought in UFC 100. UFC 300 is about to come up in the next couple months. He's been here for 200 UFC cards.
It's like
That's crazy.
too easy for him too. Like he's 27-1-1.
Dude, I mean, yeah, he's been bought for performance enhancers before, but like, dude, his reign is unmatched, and I think that still stands for something. You know what I mean?
Bro, them UFC boxers, bro, I got so much respect for them.
Oh my
Dude.
god.
The work they put in is crazy.
Isn't that like so? Obviously, like you guys are arguably also in a very combative sport where you're kind of getting hit a lot, even in the head. Like
Definitely getting hit a lot.
Obviously, their whole thing is getting hit everywhere, but they can defend. Like you guys can't like defend your shit sometimes. Some dude comes running to you like a bullet head first. Like you can't stop that.
The thing about
That's
football,
dangerous as fuck.
The thing about football is like people use like the helmet as a weapon or like.
Well, I think they think that the helmet and the pads makes you feel invincible, but realistically, it's not. You're not. You know what I mean?
And you got the adrenaline going and shit. Like, if you like, people will just like completely, like you said, you're invincible or you feel like
you
it.
feel protected,
diving
even
at
though you're
legs,
realistically
like-
not.
Like they say, rugby, although it's like a crazy sport, it's safer than football.
Well, because
Because
in
no one's
rugby,
diving at legs without a helmet.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, in rugby you don't have the pads, so you're like, okay, I like can't like go full speed into someone because I know that's gonna hurt me. But I mean, I bet some people still do that.
They teaching now though, like they're teaching better ways to tackle, better ways to hit.
Yep.
Making sure you're not
Definitely.
hitting a defenseless receiver, stuff like that. But I feel like they put so much pressure. They put so much pressure on the defense to do that.
The
When-
defense.
on
It
the
is on the defense a lot.
On the defense, yeah. And bro, a lot of these is the quarterbacks too.
Like roughing the passer, I was just about to say that is like the most overused
Yeah.
call lately. It is insane to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, them quarterbacks, they get
barely
everything,
touched,
bro.
and it's
They
like,
get
oh,
everything.
Right.
roughing the passer.
They throw receivers into big hits.
Yeah.
And
Yo,
it
I
just
didn't
be-
even think of that.
Yeah, they be doing it. They be doing it purposely. Like I know it.
Right. They
Maybe
know
not
that dude's going to get
intention-
smoked, but like it's going to
Yeah.
get a flag.
Yeah.
So they're going to do it. Like,
Like
Yeah.
when the Steelers played the Colts this year with Casey
Yep.
and the hit on Michael Pittman.
yes.
Bro, like as a defender, there's no other angle that he could have went where he could have
Right.
hit him
There's
safely.
right.
But the quarterback throwing that ball like that, like you can't.
He's
put
setting
the
it up
blame-
for he's setting him
it
up.
Like with intention or not, like you just gotta be more smarter of how you throw the football.
Yeah.
I think that's why the quarterback position is so tough, is because you do need to know like space well, like who's where and where everyone is, because you could really like hurt someone.
Yeah.
What happened to didn't Ryan Shazier get paralyzed?
Yeah.
What happened to Ryan Shazier?
Shazier.
So he got
He's a linebacker, right?
Yeah, so he's going for a tackle, and I think he just went for the tackle wrong, and he
that
had
was
a
it.
spine, spine. But he's walking,
He's
now.
back
Yeah,
now,
he's
but like
walking.
that's crazy that can happen to you.
Yeah.
And like luckily it wasn't permanent for him, but it could be permanent for some people, right?
Right. And like you never know like what play it could happen. Like one play, like bad technique or just
Yeah.
like you get caught in the wrong area, like shit can
Yeah.
happen.
You never know.
Have you guys
But-
experienced some hard fucking hits? Or have you guys given any hard hits on anyone?
Well, you know that's true. But but I remember actually shout out Doug Santos, you know, he was on the pod, come back on.
Oh, he was on.
Dude,
Yeah, he
Doug,
was on.
Doug is the GOAT. I
Doug
love
was
Doug.
on.
Good ass dude.
I remember I think it was 2017. We were playing Merrimack and like punt return. He came back and smoked, like absolutely like wiped this
Well,
dude.
dude, he is literally Mighty
clean.
Mouse.
Yeah, he's muscle hamster.
Dude, he is muscle
everything.
hamster. He may be short, but dude, he is built crazy. How much
Yeah.
he weigh?
He played at like 205
Yeah,
probably.
205, something
No
like that.
way.
But he was built like he was.
Yeah.
Like,
I was about
no-
to say he looks like
Yeah.
225, like shredded,
Yeah.
like
I'm-
6-pack popping out of
Yeah.
his shirt, dude. Like,
I remember that
He's
play. though. I
crazy.
remember that play. He was
Yo,
asleep.
Yeah, he.
dude, we played high school against him. I was like, dude, I was a fucking little boy when I saw him on the field. I was
What
like,
high
holy
school you went to?
shit. We both went to Wakefield High together.
okay,
We played
okay.
football together in Wakefield
Yeah.
High.
He was a stud O-line.
Yeah.
I remember playing Doug in high school too. He was
He was the talk
Dude,
of the
he's
nation.
scary.
bro. He
dude.
was a bro.
Talk of the nation.
Because he's just you look at him, he's a freak of nature.
Yeah, I
Freak of
remember, bro,
nature,
playing
man.
him. I remember that whole week leading up to playing him. That's the only person we need to stop. Like
Yep.
playing Peabody, that was the only
Doug Santos,
person.
Doug
only
Santos.
person. And I
Yeah,
think
he was the CMC of high school.
yeah,
Yes.
he went crazy. So I think my sophomore year playing Peabody, my sophomore year I didn't play, but him I think he went for like 300 or 400 yards on us.
No
Yeah.
way.
3-4 touchdowns.
Really?
He was
Yeah.
chewing, bro.
Just
He went
bad
crazy.
trenches. Just
he
yeah.
was just- you give him the ball, he's gone. Anytime he touched the ball, there's a possibility of him going. Oh,
Yeah.
like it was crazy. It was crazy.
He was a home run hitter.
Yeah,
He was just a man amongst fucking boys. It was
Legit.
crazy.
But dude, I remember. So back to the story of the hit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He wipes this kid clean, like crack back
What
on
play
a.
was this? Like he was
it was on a
offense?
punt.
Oh,
so
okay.
the ball got punted.
Yep.
We were returning it. This Merrimack kid was running down trying to tackle the returner, and he didn't
And
see
he
Doug
snipes
coming.
it?
Just cleans him out like one of the hardest hits I've ever seen. But the
You
thing
could
was,
hear it like smack.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
the thing was,
Damn.
it knocked Doug out.
He hit him so hard he hurt himself.
Doug was knocked out on the field snoring.
Sleep.
Like,
Sleep.
like Tua, like throwing up the gang signs.
yes, like
Like, he
No.
was-
Like, arms are like that, like-
Sleep.
Dude, that shit's scary.
literally snoring.
Dude, those Tua hits, like the concussion shit that Tua had, was fucking scary.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nah,
And
it
Doug
definitely
was doing that too. Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, how was the other kid?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, the other kid, like, he
got
wasn't
up.
knocked
Yeah,
out,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like he was more like banged up from it. But Doug just like knocked himself out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like his mouth must have been open, like hitting the chin or something, whatever it is.
Oh, just like the doink.
Yeah,
the bounce.
I don't
Yeah.
know what it was, but he hit him so hard he knocked himself out.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But like, yeah, in that particular play, like there was like 3 other crackbacks that we had.
Damn.
Jock, I remember Jock had one.
Jock
That
had
same
one.
play.
Yeah. Caraballo had
Yeah.
one.
The
Mhm.
stick off, baby.
Oh.
Yeah,
It
the
was
special
crazy.
teams is where
Special teams was making it.
is where you
different.
can get fucking grimy. You know what I mean?
Yep.
A lot of those guys. That's where you show. Like that's why Schooler on the Pats is so good.
Brendan
Like 'cause he
Schooler.
just flies off the
Yeah.
ball, dude. And he's just looking to make a play, man. A lot of those guys shine when they make those plays in those moments. And like, I think a lot of teams like forget that special teams is fucking important.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
if
it's the third phase of the game.
dude, if you can make a big play on that, take that to the crib, that's a huge fucking
Yeah,
advantage.
huge.
You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
A lot
Game
of people,
changing.
A lot of people making a lead from special teams.
Yeah.
Yep.
'Cause with
Long
the-
snappers.
with camp, like especially like guys that's on the outside looking in to make the team. Like
Yep.
special teams is the
That's the meal ticket.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the meal ticket.
Like you got to eat on special teams.
That's the
to
meal
make
ticket.
the team.
Yeah, so
I love that.
so what was like obviously on the Steelers,
hmm
we would talk about how first of all the process of getting to the league.
Yeah.
How was that? Because we know you great college career, then you're trying to transfer over to the pro level. Did you like what was special teams like? I'm sure they had you in there.
Yeah.
Like
So going from college to the league.
yeah.
Going from college to the league. So after South Carolina, training for the pro day, and then
Shout out Exceed.
yeah.
Shout out Exceed.
And you know what's crazy? And you know what's crazy too? I don't know if you remember this, but like a couple weeks before my pro day, I pulled my card again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
pulled
So it was
my
a
quad again.
lingering issue.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I'm doing my pro day with a pulled quad.
Damn.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
out. Yes.
Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah. And
You can't teach that though. You can't coach that.
Can't coach
nah,
that.
You can't,
You
man.
can't.
But
So I respect you for doing it. It sucks, but like, I respect
Yeah.
you. You know what I mean? That's hard as fuck.
Nah,
It's like
that
Logan
was
Menkins
like-
playing the whole season with torn ACL.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
You
know how
can't
did
teach that shit.
I don't know how you did that.
That's fucking
Yo.
crazy to me.
But yeah, so getting picked up by the Steelers, and then
Yes, sir.
doing
So was that draft day or was that?
so it was after so draft. So the draft was on a Thursday.
Yep.
So that weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I was getting calls from teams.
Yep.
They was telling me they was saying, oh, if you don't get because I already knew I was gonna get drafted.
Yeah.
Like I knew that.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And
Gotta have that mentality
yeah,
always.
So teams would call me. They was like, if another team doesn't sign you, like I'm gonna pick you up, like
Yeah.
this and that. So when the time came, none of the teams that called me ended up signing me. So I'm
Yo.
like, bro. So then I ended up signing to the Steelers, and then going into
Yes,
mini
sir.
camp and OTAs and all that. Just meeting the guys. It was fun. And then even with mini camp and OTAs though, like one of the things they harped on was special teams because I was undrafted.
Yes.
So the likelihood, as an undrafted player, the likelihood of you making the team regardless is already low.
Already low.
Right.
But
Yeah.
you making the team from me starting corner is low too.
Low.
So the only place where I could find my spot at was special teams.
Special teams. Yes, sir.
So even with mini camp
Yeah.
and OTAs, that's something they harped on. And then going to special teams during preseason, like you can tell, like again, undrafted guy, you getting, other guys getting picked up. You got to make your money on special teams. So
Yeah.
literally
Yes,
every
sir.
single rep on like in college, you play offense, defense. You think you're gonna take a break on special teams.
Yep.
No.
Not in the league.
not
Like,
Not in the
here.
league.
everybody's trying to make it, so you gotta.
Yep.
So you got to pull your own weight. So special teams was tough. I remember even during preseason games like Jacksonville, Detroit, and Seattle when we played them. Like I would go from kickoff to defense to punt return, and then offense would go. I would go on punt,
Yep.
defense, punt return, or kickoff or kick return. Like it was never
Never
like,
leaving.
Yeah, never leaving.
Yeah.
And I remember one time, bro. Oh man, I remember one time we was playing. Who was we playing? Jacksonville. We was playing Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And so defense was out. We got a 3 and out. So I'm like, yeah, let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
That's huge.
So I'm jogging off the field, right? Jogging off the field, and I'm talking to Mike T. Mike T. He asked me like, what are you seeing out there? Blah blah.
Yeah.
So I'm talking to him. I'm on punt return though. Yeah, so I'm on punt return.
Shit.
So I'm talking to Mike T, and then the punt return goes. They only had 10 people on the field.
No.
God.
Yeah. So
damn.
then Coach Danny, he was a special teams coordinator. I remember the whole time, like, because Mike T, like he understood. Like I was talking to him. Like
He's a good
Yeah.
coach, man.
yeah.
Shout
So,
out Mike
like,
Tomlin.
Shout out
by
Mike
the way.
Tomlin, dude.
Come on the pod.
So
Yeah.
he didn't really. So I don't think he really held it against me because
Yeah.
one of the
like,
reasons I wasn't out
he
there.
called
is
you
'cause-
over,
yeah,
no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but like the special team, because the coach Danny, the special teams coach, like I think like he really like seen some things in me that he would be.
He liked
Yeah,
what
he
he saw. Yeah.
Yeah.
So me not being on that punt return though, like he was going he would
Yeah.
walk up and down the sideline the whole game. After that, the whole game, looking at me, he was like, "Oh, I don't know what South Carolina taught you." He was like, "Oh, I don't know what you doing here." Like, bro, he would be bro.
Oh,
the
he's
whole
on
game.
your ass.
Yeah.
Whole game.
He held you accountable for
Yeah,
it.
just holding me accountable.
Which I
for it.
mean, I get like good thing for him,
Mhm.
like just letting you know, like, hey, like let's not do that again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I respected it. I feel like with a lot of the mistakes I had, like I think it was a kind of a testament that because a lot of people, if that happened, they would get cut.
Right. I was gonna
Yeah.
say
So like
they
so
would,
I
don't take
think-
that shit lightly.
Yeah,
It's
so
your
I think,
job, right?
Yeah, so I think they did see a lot that they liked. Where
Definitely.
I'm
bro.
not gonna say I got away with that, but they kind of gave me like
They give the benefit of the doubt.
benefit of the doubt.
Whatever. Mistakes happen. Shit
Yeah.
happens.
So I think shoot.
They-
Did anything big happen on that punt? Like what happened?
Nah, nothing big. I think it was like a fair catch or something.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't crazy.
But just
Not
held
crazy.
you accountable for it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I
yeah.
mean, you'll never make that mistake
Yeah.
again. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that happens all the time. Like, even like I remember like in high school, like remember like teachers would call on you like for the answer and you wouldn't have any idea.
Yeah.
You'd be like, okay, well now I'm gonna remember that for the
Yeah.
test. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's I mean, it all works. So, but yeah, how was working for the Steelers, man, and that team?
No, it was fun. It was fun. I love my time over there. I
What
think,
years were you with them for?
So I was there from 2022, right? 2022
2022.
to 2023.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Because
So were you with Kenny Pickett? Were you with those
Yeah,
guys?
that's
How
my
were
guy.
those guys?
Man, they good, bro. They good.
Yeah.
Like off the field, like they're good guys. Like that.
Yeah.
That's why I say quarterback's the hardest position now because
For sure.
seeing because you see he got drafted first round. Okay, he has a lot
Right.
of expectations on him. One, he
Yeah.
has to learn the offense. Two, he has to be able to compete and start.
He's gonna
Three,
earn his job every
yeah,
day.
He's got
yeah.
to. Not only is he doing all that, he's a rookie and he has to be the leader of the team.
Yeah, bro.
So on top of all
ton
that,
of weight on him.
on a ton of weight, and again, he's the quarterback, so he got the whole city on him.
Right.
Everybody is
right.
on him. So that's why. So with quarterback,
That's
it's
true.
It's a lot to go with.
So much.
You see, like me coming in as a corner, all I had to worry about was playing,
One guy.
playing,
Yeah.
playing
ball.
defense.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of fans, they wouldn't know like, oh, he's a corner, but they know the quarterback. Like they
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah.
people know
Kenny
the quarterback.
Pickett, we know
Yeah.
who he is.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff that go into it. That's why I say quarterback's the hardest because they got
They have
to do
so much more
Yeah,
stress.
so much more.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I definitely agree. They have way more stress. I think I was just saying that I think DBs have the more physical
Yeah, physical. Yeah.
physical
Mm.
problem,
Yeah,
right? Like
no, for
again,
sure.
backwards, everything. But the most weight, the most stress is
The most
definitely
stress,
people
yeah.
that control. Like you said, have to be the leader.
Mhm.
Plus, like you said, like with all that stress, it's not easy to like.
You can't block that out.
It's not
You
easy
know?
to like be like a good person. Well, obviously, be a good person, but like
It's gonna
if you're a
get to you.
QB, you have all that stress on you, and then you're still like treating the guys well. You know,
Mm.
like you said, like he was a good guy off the field. Like
Was Mitch still on the team? Was him and
Yeah.
Mitch and Kenny were kind of like
in a
I feel like you
QB
guys had a good
competition.
QB room,
Yeah.
kind of like competing, right? And dude, I like Mitch. I like Kenny. I thought they had some solid like games. Obviously, like
Yeah.
no one's perfect.
Yeah, Mitch is cool. I was kind of surprised of what Rudolph did this year. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, Mason
But,
Rudolph was the
yeah.
other one that
Yeah,
was
but
also.
he's doing his
Yep.
thing though. He's doing
Hell
his thing
yeah,
for
bro.
sure.
Hell yeah.
They have a big QB room there. I think like if the Steelers just get a solid, quarterback like you said that can handle everything, then I think they can be really
Yeah.
good, dude.
Because
Like,
Mike T, he's got the winning pedigree.
Yeah,
Mike
You
T
know, he-
is not a bad coach, and
Great coach, I think. He hasn't
Great
had
coach.
a losing season.
Never.
right. And I think that the defense has always been solid for the Steelers. They're always locked down.
Solid.
And I think like their offense just struggles. Like Najee, dude, I was a huge Najee fan.
Yeah.
Like I'm still a huge Najee fan.
How was tackling Najee?
I never tackled him. So
Oh, okay.
during camp, he didn't really he practiced.
They
but
they were like kind of
Yeah,
resting like star
yeah,
running back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, his
He's a
rookie
running
season
back.
Can't touch him.
Yeah.
Can't touch him.
because at the end of the day, I mean, running backs they gotta go through a whole season too. Like,
They go through war.
Yeah, they go through war. So he wasn't really like when we did our hitting drills. Like he wasn't really in it like that.
Yeah, yeah. I can see that for sure.
Dude,
Is
you know-
there?
Oh,
Sorry.
No, you do. that.
Is there any like we hear like a ton of stories like rookie hazing
Mm-hmm.
or something like that? Anything that happened to you personally or someone else that was funny?
To be honest, nah. I think
You,
See, a
they
lot
just
of-
had the respect for you.
not even me. Like the whole rookie class. Like a lot of the players I talked to that came from other teams, like even they said like this, like going to the Steelers as the first team is the best. Is the best
Really?
thing, yeah. Because
Okay.
there was no really hazing. One thing I really did appreciate, like coming in as a rookie into a room with Cam Sutton, Minka, Terrell Edmonds, KZ,
Dogs. Everyone you're mentioning is a
Yeah,
dog.
like-
dogs.
like a whole bunch of people,
Yes.
Levi Wallace, like all of them, like they
true professionals.
Yeah, true professionals, and like they like took me in. Like it wasn't none like, okay, you coming in, like we not gonna help you. Like we not gonna, we just gonna let you mess up.
They took you
and
under
mess up.
their
Yeah,
wing.
like
Yeah, that's
it
cool.
was
That's dope.
That
so
you
with
need
the
that. You need
rookies,
mentors.
Yeah, exactly. So with the rookies, there was 2 of us. It was me and my boy Chris Steele.
Big shouts to Chris.
Yeah, big shout out to him, bro. That's my boy. But yeah, like they took us in. Like anytime we would mess up, like even my boy Art Millette, he's with the Ravens now.
Shouts,
Let's
big
go.
shouts.
Yeah, like that's because he was a starting nickel at the time, and I was playing nickel.
Yeah.
But that's my dog too, because like so we would go. So the day would be from like 8 like during camp, it would be like 8 a.m. to like 6 p.m. And that's when our last meetings would be.
Yeah.
But even after that, like Cam's son, like he would always stay with me after. Just me, him, and Chris watching film.
That's
He's
dope.
not only him teaching us the defense, but him teaching us offense, what to expect.
Wow.
Like I appreciate them boys so much because I know other teams like they would feel some type of way, like because we're coming in trying to take their job.
Yeah.
So
they're not gonna help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
But
not
I don't.
gonna help.
I don't like that like dog eat dog mentality. It's like if we win, like everyone wins, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
It can't be like that though, because like you coming in, there's 90 players, only 53 spots.
Oh, right.
So with
right,
They're
53
fighting
spots,
for jobs.
So with 53 spots, you know, like a good 30, 40 of them is already solidified.
Yep.
So now you got to come in and you got to fight because like
You gotta get
some
scrappy.
people, yeah,
13 spots.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
leaves
So
you.
you got to come in and like,
Have a fire up on their
yeah,
ass.
like you gotta do what you got to do and play.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Like you got to beat out some people.
Yeah.
So you got to go in there with that dog mentality.
Yeah, that's true.
So like that being said, that's even more impressive. Like the older guys, like in your DB room, like helping you,
Taking the time.
mhm.
Yeah. How important is the off the field stuff? Like doing film and doing like running the plays and doing the routine shit.
No, it's really like.
Is that like what's the percentage of both?
So I think the off the field stuff is the most important.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's
Like
completely
70-30
important.
kind of?
Yeah.
Really?
Because like off the field, like that's where you really get to. Because during practice, everything is happening so fast. Like you can barely. Like I remember, like my first couple of practices out there, like
Hard to keep
like
up.
the speed of it, like motion this, motion that. I gotta figure out what I'm like. So like with our cover twos, some cover twos I would travel if there's a motion because
Yeah.
of pass strength switches. Some cover twos I don't. So now the guy goes in motion. Now I'm thinking, oh, like
Do I go?
Yeah,
Or
do I
Right.
go? Do I not? Because if I don't go, I mess the whole defense. up.
Yeah.
Especially playing
Yeah.
the nickel. The nickel's the hardest position because
It is.
because you set the defense and everywhere you go. So
Yeah.
I think off the field is the most important because you get to slow everything down and you get to see exactly where you need to be, where you need to go. If
Yep.
any motions go, like you need to see where you are. Like, yeah, I think it's the complete most important.
Yeah. Just being in the
Yeah.
film room, like you see, I remember just like Luke Kuechly is an example that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Or even Cam Newton when he was like,
Oh, you
Wait,
watch
no,
film?
who would he say it
Hold
to?
on, let me throw. Was it not? Was it?
It
Clay
wasn't
Matthews?
Yeah, it was Clay Matthews.
I think it was Clay Matthews. Let me look up because
And he was like, it's coming over here. And he's like, oh, you watch film?
Yeah.
film.
Watch
yeah,
this.
film is important because you can pick people's weaknesses out
Yeah.
so easily that
Mhm.
way.
And
Yeah.
even with so watching film, that's why like as a corner you have to watch film because like we was just talking about, you're doing everything backwards.
You have to
Yeah.
watch.
However, you can get some stuff by their formation, by their split, by if the receiver is on or off, if he's
tendencies.
closer. So you can see, you can
Yeah.
take a guess of what they're going to do, and that'll help you play faster. So if you go out into a game and you don't watch film, good
Like
luck.
raw,
Good luck.
yeah, like
'Cause
raw
you done.
athleticism probably won't
Yeah,
get you
it
that
won't.
far.
It won't.
Especially at that level because everyone's a freak athlete, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, let's watch this Cam. Dude, MVP Cam was different.
Yeah, he was.
Dude, he was doing front flips in the end zone like no problem.
look at that.
And that's what CMC, man.
Yeah, he's a dog.
CMC he's the best running back right now, and it's insane. He's like Doug in high school.
He's like Doug in high school.
He gets it.
legit.
It's crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah, Cam, I loved that shit, dude. He was.
I wish
he was
Cam-
so different.
I wish we had Cam on the Pats, you know,
Yeah.
When he was
in his
MVP.
prime. He just looked so clean in the Pats uni
Mhm.
with the 1 too.
Yeah, I loved his energy, man. He was a good leader. Like,
Yeah,
that's
you
what I
were.
liked about Cam is, like, he may not have been the quarterback we needed, but I think he was someone that rallied the troops.
Yeah.
And I think that's really, like, as a quarterback, that's super important, given that camaraderie. Who was that? Like, who was that for you, given that camaraderie? Was it those guys off the field helping you out that really kind of gave you that energy and that drive? Like, how'd you feed off that? Like, what was your energy? How did you get that?
So one thing, like preseason games, the starters would play like a quarter or like a half or whatever, and then they'll get everybody, like they'll get the young guys in, they'll get the rookies in, all that stuff.
Yep.
So like even with that, like starters would play a quarter, and then we would get in, like they would be on the sideline, like going crazy, like they'll yell off a play. They'll be like, oh, they're doing this. Oh, you got this. If you make a play, like you can see them just going crazy. Like
That's dope.
I think because these are also people you kind of grew up watching.
Yeah.
So you grew up watching them. Now you're in the same room as them. You sharing the same field with them, and now they're the ones that's hyping you
That's
up.
How
crazy,
surreal is
bro.
that,
That's
dude?
crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. I remember we was playing Jacksonville, and so we was playing Jacksonville preseason, and I was covering a receiver, right? And then I'm covering him. It was like a run play, so he was kind of just like BSing or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I see his last name, and it's Treadwell. So I'm like, Treadwell.
Shit.
So I'm starting to think, I'm like, that's Laquan
That's
Treadwell.
Laquan.
Like the first rounder who I was watching at Ole Miss, like going crazy.
Balling.
Yeah. So it's like, it is kind of like, it is kind of surreal, like being with them, but. I mean,
they're just normal people at the end of the day,
normal.
which is so weird to think about, right? Like they do the same things you do. They bleed the same blood. It's all the same thing.
Even with players like TJ Watt, like even with him being arguably one of the best defensive players, like
wasn't he just
there's
MVP last year?
He was,
or not MVP,
defensive player.
Defensive player of the year. Yeah.
So he might win it this year.
Yeah.
So even with somebody like him, someone like him. I wouldn't say he has all the excuses, but he has all
the resources in the world.
So he has all the excuses to like if he sees a rookie, like to not say nothing. You know what I mean? Like
he has no reason to acknowledge a rookie.
Exactly.
Yeah. No reason.
But you see like he's probably one of the first ones. If somebody messes up, he's probably the first ones to go up there and be like, nah, like you should have done it this way, or like or go
just help out.
Yeah, just helping out, just being that leader. So
great leader.
That's super important, man. Because like I said, if you do well, then everyone wins, man. So that is important to see everyone eat.
So one thing I do like. I don't know about other teams. I can't speak for other teams, but one thing I would say about Pittsburgh, like all the star players, whether it was TJ, Mink, Deontay Johnson, Najee,
dude,
like all of them, they didn't feel like they was higher up than nobody.
That's awesome.
Like they was
just like everyone else.
Down to earth guys.
Yeah, like they'll ask to be like. I remember one time I was carrying a case of water, and I was going back to my hotel because with the facility, the hotel is like across the, it's like a 5-10 minute walk down the street, and then like Mink, he just grabbed the water. He was like, man, get in my car. I'm gonna
no way,
like,
bro.
Like stuff like that, like. Again, he didn't have to. I'm a rookie. You feel me?
Right.
That's awesome.
He didn't
That's
have to,
dope.
but yeah, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Minka.
How important is like shouts to all those boys.
Mm-hmm.
How is like the team camaraderie? Like how does that play into everything? Like making sure that everyone's boys with each other, like the team chem. Like what did you guys do to like build up that team chemistry?
So I mean, we had we had a good player. What was the role he had? It was like a player development guy. His name DY.
Shout out.
Cool as hell, like cool as hell. But he would set stuff up for us to do.
That's awesome.
Like during camp, like
just going out, hanging out, seeing a movie or some shit.
So like
that's dope.
During camp on our off days, we had like if we wanted to go movies or like there was one time we had this was either before meetings or after meetings during camp. So after a long day, it's been a couple weeks, long day.
Yeah.
They brought out bats and baseballs. And
Let's go.
We was hitting everybody on top of the hill. So it was a hill. Everyone's on top where the dorms are because we did camp at a college. So there's a
Yeah.
big hill that goes down, and then there's a baseball field, and you just see everyone hitting the ball. Like it was fun. It was fun.
Hell yeah.
A lot of people couldn't hit it. People were coming at them. Like, it was fun.
That's
It
so
was fun.
funny.
Yeah, it
You would
was
think
fun.
all those athletes would be able to just
Yeah.
spank those. You ever play baseball at all? No.
I wish I did though. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie, I wish I did.
Baseball's fun, man.
Yeah, you would be
Dude,
tough.
Ty
You'd be a
w-
tough shortstop or something.
Ty was no
Crazy.
fly zone, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, no flies.
No, no one
Best
getting
outfield in the
past
state. People forget.
it. People
Yeah.
fucking forget that shit.
But yeah, that's the thing. Like, the thing about sports, like team sports specifically, like the camaraderie with the guys. Like, I'm way closer with like guys I played football with in college and high school than I am with like anyone else.
Yeah.
That like even if I'm in class with you every day, like I'm not gonna be as close with you. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
Cause we went through the struggle, like
the
we
struggle.
Yeah.
We're competing.
like,
together,
like we was
Yeah.
dying in that gym.
Yeah.
In that gym, man, when the workouts, like we dying in there, like
Yeah, floor
going through
waxers.
games, like where we're losing and we gotta get a big play,
Yeah.
like we've been through the struggle, and
I
I feel
just
like
got
that's
the
what
chills.
brings everybody together. Yeah,
I was just
Yeah.
going to say, yeah,
that's what brings everyone together.
there is a
Mhm.
true,
Love that
you
shit.
know, brother, like family bonding when it's like, you know, like I gotta die for these people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because they're gonna die for me, I gotta die for them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's why
You
one
know?
of the things. So everybody who's like retired or like not playing no more, one of the first things they say they miss is the locker room.
Yes.
That's the first thing they say
Really?
they
That's
miss. Yeah.
sick.
Is
It's
the
a
locker
fact,
room,
bro.
the bus rides, plane rides, or whatever. Like that's the first thing.
Yes.
Do you guys remember when I gotta look up this video of when Jameis Winston was on crutches with the Saints,
Yeah,
and he's still dancing in the locker room? Who
Jameis
was,
Winston is
was
a
it? Mark
clown.
Ingram like was hitting the gritty, and then you
Yeah.
just see Jameis on crutches hitting the gritty.
Mhm.
I need to look up on crutches. I need.
Jameis
to
has like some of the all-time
Dude.
great sound
Yeah,
bites.
yeah, he do. But
yeah,
he's funny.
in
bro,
the dub, dude.
He's real life funny.
Yeah.
Dude, he is hysterical. This video, oh my god! I remember when this first came out.
Yes,
Watch, look at his
sir.
face. He's like, oh my god, it's Jameis Winston.
He had a torn ACL, didn't he?
Dude,
Yeah.
he was literally on crutches hitting the gritty.
Did he get hurt that game too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right there.
No, it wasn't that
And
game.
I'm
Was
pretty
it
sure it
really?
was
Cause look, it's all wrapped.
No,
and
it
shit.
wasn't.
It was this game.
No,
Hey.
that makes it even fucking funnier that it's the same game and he's just getting turned. All right, we
I
need
love that
Mark
shit.
Ingram though. Look, he's hitting that shit.
Yeah.
Can we give it to Mark Ingram, man? Just fucking,
Yes, sir.
dude, that is so sick, dude. Yeah,
Heisman winner.
that locker room energy is like what I fucking live for.
Yeah, bro.
Remember when they did the
after a win
Dude.
in the locker room,
Yeah, bro.
nothing
After
better.
a win, like
crank the
nothing
music,
better,
everyone
nothing
starts
better.
dancing, everyone's singing.
Especially at Assumption too. One thing I like, because Assumption, like it was small and like tight knit. So like,
Yep.
so South Carolina, we had two locker rooms, our stadium locker room and our regular locker room.
Yep.
But our stadium locker room, like it wasn't really, you know, we just didn't get the vibe. Like after a big win, like we would be lit,
Yeah.
but it's just
It's not your everyday locker room.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not like your everyday stuff. But Assumption, it was like you do everything, the same rooms,
Right
same
out of
locker
that
room,
shit.
same everything.
Yep. Same
like-
meeting room.
Yeah, same everything, bro. And then in the league, after a game, you got media going in
Oh,
the locker room stuff,
shit.
so you can't even like really.
You can't go
So
crazy.
like them going crazy like that, like that was probably like a good 10 minutes, 10, 15
rare,
minutes,
a
something
rare
like that.
thing.
that small window before
Yeah,
media gets in there.
Yeah, that just reminded me. Remember when the mannequin challenge with the Black Beatles was the thing? Dude, this was how sick was. Did you guys ever do this?
No, we should have.
Dude,
Yeah, everyone would
How
have.
lit must
So
have-
many locker rooms did that.
what was this? Penn State, I think.
Yeah.
That was Penn State.
Dude, they all like look frozen too, which is crazy.
I did their thing.
Dude, I remember. I think we were in high school when this was going on. This was so hype.
Yeah,
That's so hype, dude. I live for these moments. Like all those pump up fucking videos, dude. I used to watch those before
Yeah,
high school
bro.
games and just like want to run through brick walls.
Yeah, I used to always listen to the Eric Thomas.
Yeah.
the ET.
How bad you want it?
Yeah.
Oh
Dude.
my
I
god!
miss
Shout out
those,
ET.
man.
But, dude,
burn the boats.
Burn the boats. Pre-game speeches. Like
Yeah.
shout out Bob Chesney. Come on the pod.
But yeah, that stuff really kind of gets you. Like, did you have any pre-game like rituals you would do, like maybe like certain things you would eat or like certain things you would listen to kind of just get you like what got you like to flip the switch?
To be honest with you, before a game, I can't eat before a game.
Yeah, you got to be hungry.
At
Mid game,
Playing
always
hungry.
hungry.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
At all. I got so much nerves going. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
I'd be so nervous. Like, so I don't eat at all before a game. Like, I just physically can't. And it would suck too, cause at Assumption we had all 12 o'clock games.
Yeah.
At South Carolina, if we played 13 games, a good 8 of them was at night.
Yeah.
So I
SEC.
wouldn't be able to eat all day. Like, I just
Damn.
can't eat. Like,
Really?
I'd be so nervous before.
Like not even like an apple, nothing.
Nah, like I can't
Really?
eat anything.
That's crazy.
I know that feeling though.
Yeah.
100%.
But
Like,
I don't think I really do have no. I don't have no game day rituals. Like, I be superstitious a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I feel like if I just do the same.
Same routine. Then everything will be cool.
Yeah. Everything will be good. Everything will be good. But I think I don't got no like routines. I know some people they be eating like gummy worms every
Just something sugary
game,
kind of.
yeah.
What about you, Ty? You had anything?
Nah, not really. But like he said that I'd be superstitious, so like if last game like I had a good game or I felt good, whatever, I would do the same thing the
same
next
thing as
week.
last game.
And like some people would have like their good luck like girdle or whatever.
That can't be real.
They don't change that for
they don't
years.
wash it, dude. That's crazy. That can't be true.
Bro, I remember speaking on that. I remember at South Carolina, the game I got hurt. So Kentucky,
Yep.
I played that whole game, right? So I had 2 forced fumbles that game, right?
Let's go.
But with the forced fumbles, like it wasn't like I was coming in like punching
Peanut
the ball.
punching. Yeah.
Like I would literally just like stick my arm out, and for some reason like the ball would come out. So I think
Let's
after
go.
that, I wore the same gloves
It
for
was
the
some
rest of the
Yeah.
season.
gloves.
It had something to do because I would
It was
literally
sticky.
just grip, bro. I would grip
Spider-Man
the ball,
shit. Yeah.
and then the ball would just come out
Pop
loose. So
out.
I'm like,
Let's
yeah, I'm
go.
wearing these for that. But I remember that. I remember
Maybe they just didn't expect it. You know,
Yeah.
coming from you, and then you just pop it out.
I
That's
remember
sick.
the first fumble that I got with just the glove. I came back to the sideline, and then I was like, "Yo, it's the gloves." I'm like, "It's the glove." Yo,
It's the gloves.
it's the gloves. I'm
It's
like,
a-
it's the gloves.
It's like
glove.
it's like when Marcus
Yeah.
Smart hit the lefty lay, and was it JB that was holding his hand? Dude, I need to look. That shit was so funny. But no, I
Dude.
mean,
Because
yeah.
then you get gloves. You could get new gloves like every day if you wanted, right?
Yeah, we had so during the week we could get any gloves, but they gave us garnet gloves during the week, like for practice.
Okay.
And then game day, we could either they gave us a new pair, white and black, every game.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
that is sick that they give you
But
that a pair. They do
but
have
even-
sick uniforms.
Yeah.
Their uniforms
Yeah.
are sick.
But even having that, like, you still just wore that same pair rest of the
Still
year.
wore that same one.
Let's go,
At the
dude.
2 forced fumbles, I was like, "Yo, it's the glove." I didn't wash it, bro. I didn't wash it. Nothing, bro.
Hell yeah.
But
Hey, I mean, if it works, it works.
it works, bro. It works.
Everyone's got their thing.
That reminds me of Trent. Trent, right?
Mhm.
Shout out Trent. Coming to the pod.
Shouts Trent.
Hit up
Um,
trying to, yeah, bro.
Dude, when Marcus Smart hit that lefty lay, and hold on. And
yeah, this was Carlins
Jalen
after the
Brown.
forced fumble.
Yeah,
That was some of the funniest shit when this happened. I loved that. That was so great. That's
Yes, sir.
important
It's
to
the
have
gloves.
teammates
It's the
that hype you
gloves.
up, right?
Mhm.
Teammates that come in there and just hype you up. You need that.
Need
Mm-hmm.
that.
I love that shit. That's so cool. Yeah, what was it like playing with? Did you play with George Pickens at all?
Yeah, I play with him.
Is he a cool guy?
Yeah, he
He's-
real cool.
He seems.
Did you
chill.
clamp him? Gave him the clamp? Yeah, you did.
Man, he's like that. That's all I'm gonna say, man.
He's a
like
beast,
Ah,
though.
yeah.
He's a
like that.
beast.
I
Yeah.
think.
He's big boy, right?
Yeah.
How tall is he?
Like 6'4", something like that.
How tall are you?
Like 6 feet, 6'1".
What's Yeah, give us the stats. What was your peak height, weight, everything?
So my peak, I was like 200. I was like 6'1", like 200.
That's
Going
prototype right there.
Yeah, because you want to be
Prototype.
speedy, right? You don't want to be too
Mhm.
heavy. You want to be able to fly.
Yeah.
I think some people mistake like being heavy and being fast. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like obviously you want to be as heavy as possible, but I think
Speed
speed
kills, bro.
speed is so important, especially at your position, man.
I think going back to Pickens, I think the media, I think the media has a complete wrong
view of him.
view of him.
Yeah, they always try to make him like a diva.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Like seeing like how he operates and like how he is like firsthand, like, but he's smart. Like he understands everything, like what the defense is doing, when to break out. Like he's smart.
Yeah.
And like he know, like obviously, you know, emotions can get, because he's a good player.
Yeah.
So he wants the ball. I mean,
Right.
of course,
Yeah,
but
that's true.
I think what media tries to portray of him is just not. It's not who he like really is.
Yeah.
No, but he cool as hell though. He mad cool.
Hell yeah,
That's
bro.
awesome. No, I think it's important. To have
It's crazy
that.
how like the media can paint a picture
Yeah.
like without really knowing, but like
Dude.
an average NFL fan will say like George Pickens, whatever.
Hothead,
But,
all this
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
But in reality, like
Just
He's
down to
just-
earth, dude.
yeah,
That's
just,
why-
just
that's why
wants
you
to make a
can't-
difference.
That's another reason why you really, because fans is always talk. They'll talk no matter.
They talk
what.
the most.
Yeah,
dude.
they
Yeah.
talk the most. While number one, they never played a sport in their life.
never played.
And number
never
two,
played.
they don't know you.
right.
So like they just be talking. In media, they just want clicks.
yeah, they want
so
clicks. They
that's
want.
all
It's
they
like the
want.
whole Taylor
reaction.
Swift and Travis Kelce thing. It's
Yeah.
like I don't blame Taylor Swift. You know, for everyone's like, oh, she ruined the NFL and all this shit. It's like I don't blame her. I blame the media for trying to capitalize and make as much money as possible. And I think that's just like that shouldn't be the media's purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the media wants to twist shit and like
Yeah.
make it into a narrative and like make money. And it's like that's so weird to me, dude. Like this is just entertainment for us. It's not for you to like get your
Yeah.
pockets full.
Yeah.
Like fuck
Yeah.
that, dude.
That's why if the Chiefs doing it,
Dude, rigged.
Oh
rigged.
my
I'm
God.
Taylor gonna be everywhere. They're not gonna
Yes.
show Pat Mahomes. They're gonna show Taylor Swift, bro.
They already do show her,
They're gonna
dude.
show her all, bro. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
I think I
Bro,
saw.
who is your pick for the Super Bowl? Actually,
Yeah, let's hear that.
We-
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
I honestly I
I
picked
didn't
the
think
Chiefs
the
as well.
Chiefs as well.
You can't bet against Pat Mahomes. You
Yeah,
can't.
not right now.
Yeah,
not
you
with Brock
can't.
Purdy. Like
Not
all
with- not
respect
with
to
T.
Brock
Swift.
Purdy, but
any big game, including Pat Mahomes, I'm always gonna say Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like how you couldn't bet against Brady, you can't.
You
bet
can't.
against
Yeah,
him,
you
bro.
can't bet against Brady, man. I
And, like-
just don't like how the NFL definitely caters to the Chiefs. Let's be
Yeah,
honest. They
they
do get a little more love than other teams.
but it's because
And-
it's because what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like you say what you want about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift thing, whatever.
Yeah, that's
he-
even besides the point.
He's doing something that no one's ever done. Like him and Mahomes are gonna break Brady Gronk's. I think they already broke Brady and Gronk's
Yeah, I
record.
think they did break it. Yeah.
Not
Travis
playoffs,
Kelce,
right? Not playoffs though, right? I think
everything.
is it everything?
Like
Damn.
most touchdowns. Actually, overall, Brady.
Travis
still
Kelce
has-
definitely has more touchdowns than
Yeah.
Gronk, doesn't he? But Travis Kelce doesn't get
no, he
down and
doesn't.
dirty like
No,
Gronk
he
does.
Yeah, he
And that's
doesn't
a
block the
huge
same.
area of football where why Gronk was so dominant.
Gronk, yeah.
Because he could fuck you up. You know what I
But
mean?
I'm saying, like, Travis Kelce has more playoff receptions than Jerry Rice now.
Travis Kelce's
He's a
more of a
tight end.
stat pattern. Let's be honest.
He's a tight
definitely-
end.
He definitely
No,
passed
he's
the
good
stats.
though. I ain't gonna lie. He's good.
He's very good.
He's good though. He's good.
He is nasty.
And he's winning. Like,
Yeah.
He's winning,
he's
man.
dating Taylor Swift. He's on every
winning.
commercial.
He's winning.
His
Yeah.
jerseys are down the street
Yeah.
at the Dick's Sporting Goods Square One
in
Mall.
New England, yeah.
Yeah. There's all New England sports and then Travis Kelce jerseys.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I mean, like I said, I don't blame them for capitalizing on it. Obviously, you got to get yours. I just don't like how it helps the NFL cater to them more than they already get
Yeah.
catered to. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like imagine.
plus they beat the Pats.
Imagine
too,
this.
so-
Imagine if the Steelers got catered like the Chiefs did. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It would be a completely different, narrative, right? It would be a completely different spin in the media, and I think that's the only thing I don't like. I don't like that advantage that they get.
I think
It's
the
not- it's not
advantage
cool.
I guess it's an advantage, but like they're just that good.
Yeah.
like,
Then
they
why do the
deserve,
Lions
like-
beat their ass?
Yeah, they are.
Well, not when
Bro,
it
I wanted
mattered.
the Lions to go.
Dude.
Oh my
Me
God.
too. I'm dude.
Dan Campbell, great
I wanted
coach.
them to go so bad.
Well, let's look back. Let's look back when we first started the podcast. We we made this a clip because this was before I think this was the first year Dan Campbell started to coach, right?
This was, I don't know. This was not this season, but the beginning of
Was it
last
2 years ago
season.
or last year?
What, his first season?
Like the first
I think
first year
his
the
first
Lions
season
were
was
like
2 years
respectable.
ago. Oh, last year.
Yeah,
'Cause
last
he
year.
had a winning season last year.
Yes.
Well, either way, so we were talking about like fantasy football drafting and all this stuff, and I was like, I just said something stupid, and it was just super funny.
So
It was about the Lions. Hold on, let me put it up.
yeah, he was saying how like everyone's sleeping on the Lions.
Everyone's
and
sleeping
then
on Lions.
this is how he
This was prior
yeah,
to the
how he
Lions
worded it.
showing some, improvement. But yeah, I just was being sus. High on TJ Hawkins. So Glizzy, I'm a Detroit closet slut. I do like TJ Hawkinson, but
What is a closet slut?
yeah, this is like the early stages, dude. Like this was when we first.
That was like our second episode ever.
That was like literally our second episode ever. Like we were right outside in the tent, dude. We were in the tent, and this is prior to me having long ass hair. I had short hair at the time.
Yeah, I didn't even realize the hair and everything. Holy
Dude,
shit.
I had like a beard going at the time too.
Yeah, grow that shit back.
Dude, when did we post this? This was. Hold on. This was August 2022. Wow, that's crazy. So yeah,
Bro.
we've been doing this
that's
for a
wild,
minute
bro.
then,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Wow.
Just know that
Just know we're coming for it all.
you called Detroit being good just on that video.
I was just like a big fan of when they drafted DeAndre Swift, and I love Jamal Williams. They had just traded for him, and they had a great O-line.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, they're gonna fucking run the ball because Goff wasn't really throwing that well, but they also had Amon-Ra, and Amon-Ra, the sun god.
Yeah.
They just had a great offense, so I was just like big on them, and they had T.J. Hawkinson at the time, so they had a good offense. So I was like, damn, I think they can do something. And I think Danny C is a great coach.
Nah, he is.
He really is, and
Did a great job over there.
I wish they made it to the bowl, man. They deserved it.
Yeah, they did.
It would have been cool to see Eminem versus Taylor Swift.
Oh, that would have been crazy.
Detroit
I didn't even
versus
think of
Chiefs.
that. That's crazy. Yeah, that would have been crazy.
That would have
But
been sick.
I would have wanted, or I was hoping the Ravens won. I wanted Lamar get a
Dude,
ring,
MVP Lamar, he deserves it, man. I love Lamar.
but it just comes down, like you said, you can't
Just-
bet against
Yeah,
Mahomes.
you
Yeah.
can't, bro. You can't.
The Chiefs.
It is weird how they're just so dominant. And I guess not weird because they obviously have the talent. Maybe I'm just a Chiefs hater.
You're just
maybe
a hater.
Maybe I'm just
You're
a Chiefs hater,
hating.
man. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a hater. But
Nah, the Chiefs-
I'm praying for Brock Purdy to get a dub, dude. I need Brock
If
Purdy
Brock
to win.
Purdy gets a ring,
Is he legit? Like
If
his
that's
team
true-
is like the Niners are stacked.
Is it team over scheme? Is that the case if he wins a ring?
Brock Purdy's good. I ain't gonna lie. He's a good
He's a
quarterback.
Yeah.
very good
He can
quarterback.
run.
If,
He can
if,
throw.
Accurate.
If he was on another team, I don't think
He's
would
in the
run
right
them.
situation.
Yeah.
He's in the right situation.
If he didn't have Trent Williams, CMC, Ayuk,
Yeah.
Debo, Kittle,
Yeah.
all these like Fred Warner, all these ballers.
Juice check.
It
Juice
would-
check.
It would be completely different. But if he gets a ring though, before Dak,
Before
before
Dak.
Oh my
Lamar,
God.
before
That's
Burrow.
insanity.
Burrow,
Tua, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
that
Holy
would be
shit.
crazy.
But Josh Allen throws so many picks, dude.
Yeah, he do.
Josh Allen's a great quarterback, but he kind of stinks at the same time.
Nah, he
This
do.
year he was kind of had a down year.
They could have beat the Chiefs though. Stephon
Right.
Diggs,
They always
Stephon-
struggle with
yeah,
them. They have like a weird rivalry
Mhm.
going on. I do think that, like team wise, dude, the Niners. Wow, fucking Matrix, George Kittle.
Shout out George Kittle.
Dude, I mean, they deserve it, man. Like CMC. Does CMC have a ring?
Nah, he
No,
don't.
right?
He was always losing with the Panthers.
Yeah, because the Panthers went to the bowl
And they
with
lost to the
against
Broncos.
Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
2015.
Was that 2015?
Yeah.
That's
Cam-
fucking crazy.
that was the
MVP.
Cam year.
Yeah, that was MVP year.
Dude, yeah, that's crazy to think. We graduated high school 80 years ago.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy when you think about
That
it,
shit's
dude.
crazy.
10-year
Time
reunion
be
coming up
flying,
soon.
bro.
It
Time be
really-
flying.
Damn.
It really is flying.
Time
Like
be flying.
months now, it kind of feels like a week.
Mhm.
A week feels like
Yeah.
a day.
Mhm.
Like, and the older you get, like the faster time's gonna go by.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When you have kids, like
Oh
time
my
is gone, bro.
god! Like all of a sudden, your kid's 6 years old. That's 6
Yeah.
years, just
6
like
years
that.
just passed.
Oh
Like
my-
my little nephew, he's 4. Bro, it
You-
feels
he was
like-
just born?
Yeah, it feels like he was just born. Bro.
Oh
Like,
my god, bro!
it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
So you're the fun uncle?
Yeah.
You spoil him?
Hell yeah.
I feel like you
spoil
got to
him,
a
like,
little bit, right?
You gotta be the fun uncle.
He low key kind of scared of me though. Like
What do you
scared,
mean?
scared in a good way.
Like respect.
Yeah, yeah,
respect.
yeah. Like respect, scared. Like if he do something crazy,
They're like, oh, don't tell Carlins. Don't tell Uncle Carlins.
My mom would be like, oh, you want me to get Uncle Carlins? And then he would Stop.
Oh,
So like
shit.
stuff like that. But I love that little boy though.
Hell
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You looking into? Do you want to have kids? You want to have?
Oh yeah, I want to have like 20 kids.
No
20,
way,
like
man.
20 kids. I want to have at least
All studs.
like at least 4 kids. I want at least 4.
Yes.
That's a lot, dude.
Yeah,
Think
it's
about
a
because
lot.
like
Especially this day and age.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's so funny because like, I mean, my parents are both like one of like 6 or 7. Like they have big families. Like nowadays, it's like very common to have like 1 or 2 kids.
Uh-huh.
Are you in a big family? You got a lot of like aunts and uncles.
Yeah, I got 4 brothers. I got 4 older brothers, a little brother and a little sister.
No shit.
Yeah, so I got
damn.
a lot of
Full
siblings.
house.
Yeah. But I see just how I am with my brothers and my sister. Like, man, I want my kids to have that same type of
camaraderie. Yeah, I mean that definitely must have like pushed you in
Mm-hmm.
not only like sports but everywhere else in life, right?
Mm-hmm, most definitely.
Like the same thing, like if the Jones brothers, like you got those guys on you, you gotta be great, you know.
It kind of remind me of I don't know if you know the Noel family, like Nerlens Noel.
Nerlens Noel, yeah.
So they're from
Everett.
Everett.
Tell me about him, yeah.
So Nerlens Noel, he went to the NBA,
Let's go.
but he has older brothers. One, he got a scholarship playing football at NC State. He
Let's
was
go.
in the league for a little bit. Another one was he went to BC. He was in the league for a little bit.
Yep.
And then they had a little sister that was playing ball a lot. Like she was pretty good. And then even their cousins though was in the league for a little bit. Like so that whole family
was just
crazy.
studs. That's insane. They just breed athletes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Yes.
definitely the goal. Like, I just want to like breed fucking sick athletes. Like, our boy Matt Mercurio was a baseball coach, MVP himself, sick fucking athlete, and he was just like, dude, you want to know how to get your kid in the league? I was like, tell me how. He was like, I'm gonna teach them how to lefty pitch, and they're gonna be nasty, and they're gonna get auto scholarships because lefty pitchers are so like hard to find.
Yeah.
He was like, and if you get them young and just teach them how to pitch lefty young, they'll learn right away.
No,
I was like,
for sure.
dude, I trust you. That's what's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
for sure. But even with the kids though, like even like having good kids, you gotta have the right girl too though. Like
That's a
like,
fact.
like the right mother to them. Like you gotta have that too.
Dude, that is
You
actually
really you need the whole package.
Yeah.
that is actually super important. Like who you pick, you know, who you end up with. Like what's the divorce rate? At least 50%.
Super high.
It's literally a flip of the coin, right?
Yeah.
And like that is not something you want your kids to like grow up to and be around. That's like very like intense situation for a young kid to deal with. So like, yeah, we really got to be like super picky about who you end up with. Like, because for
find
both
the right
men and
one.
women, whoever you end up with can really make or break
Yeah.
you. You
It
ever
really
felt that? You ever
can.
been with somebody that kind of like either brought you up or brought you down?
I feel like I was with one girl that brought me up. I feel like,
Fuck yeah.
but stuff ain't work out with her though. But yeah, I feel like now though, like
There's more to
very
come.
Picky. I'm
Yeah.
very picky on who
Yeah,
I want to
but
spend
you
my
have to
time
be.
with.
Yeah.
As you should be.
As you
Yeah.
should be.
So like I'm not. You see, being like younger, I would, any girl. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like now, it's like.
Yeah, you
Like,
don't
you
just
can't-
fall in love
yeah,
anymore.
yeah,
You're not
you
17,
don't.
right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
now
Right.
you really gotta think about like,
Yeah.
cause
You can't spend your time with just anyone. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
time is important. It's like it's all you
Yeah.
got, really.
I was telling him like, in order to like really be with somebody and give them everything, like you kind of have to take a loss in your own life.
Yeah.
Not like that you're losing to be with this person, but like you have to really
Sacrifice.
split and sacrifice things in your life to help like curate a fucking family with this person,
Yeah.
a life
Yep.
with this person. And so like that's why I think it's so difficult for people nowadays to like really meet people or have connections, is because like it is such like a sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Even with the sacrifice though, I think people like say they like meet somebody, whatever. People kind of think of it as I have to, when it should be like I want
I
to.
want
like,
to.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
I-
super
Like
crucial.
I want to put you like in my life. Like I want to share
Yeah.
these things. Some people they see it like, man, I have to do it, so I
Yeah.
gotta do it. You feel what I'm saying? So like, it's more
Try to
of a
avoid
want.
that.
Yeah.
Avoid the have
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, always. Yeah, you want to be able to like have a true drive, not something that's like forcing you to, but because you really want to. It's like if you were to, if someone's forcing you to go to the league or play a sport, like say like you wanted to play baseball, but like someone's forcing you to play football, like you're not gonna.
You're
love
not gonna
it.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not gonna
Uh-huh.
actually give it all because you don't really love it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep.
But yeah, you've been a married guy. How do you
Yeah, man.
how do you
man.
how do you manage? How do you manage?
Not married. Coming soon.
How long y'all been together?
Nah, so we've been dating 4 years.
Four
so it's been
years.
it's
4
been a
years
minute.
is a long
it is long.
time.
It's been a minute.
Man.
The pressure is starting to set in. You know, pop the question.
Because this is the youngest we'll ever be, man.
Yeah.
You know, you're
Youngest
only
we're
getting
ever gonna
older.
be.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, in my experience, it's just like,
Compromise, probably.
yeah,
Big
it's
thing.
compromise. It's like both of you are sacrificing like something else to like in order
To
be
become
together,
one. Yeah.
to become one, and like as long as you can recognize that and like realize that like you're making the sacrifice because it's worth it
Yeah.
in the long run, like
yes.
you're with the right one, so it's like whatever you gotta do to make it work, like you should make it work
Yeah.
because
And if you
it's-
don't feel like that, you got to get out, right?
exactly like right. If you feel like it's not worth it, then like don't waste your time.
Yeah.
Like because like Colin said, he's picky. Like you should be picky.
You should.
Like,
be.
you have to. You owe it to yourself to be picky and like find what's right for you and what works best. So
Yeah, and settling is like never a good
Yeah,
thing. It's
never.
like never a good
it's a
thing.
disservice to
Never.
you and
Yeah.
them.
Yeah,
You know?
especially like when you know like you put in all this work for the things you want, and then you like settle for someone else. That's just like spitting in your own face to
Yeah.
yourself. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
fuck that, dude.
Mhm.
But I think there's a huge I think I see it a lot on social media of like how like this whole red pill community where like they like shit on women and because everyone's all pissed off about relationships. I don't like that mentality.
Yeah,
about
I
it.
don't like it either.
I think it's
Yeah.
shitty. I think it's
Yeah.
really shitty, and I think
Toxic
it's a
masculinity.
toxic mentality in general. Like it could be both from men or women. It's not just exclusively one, you know,
Yeah.
sex. It's from everyone, and I think it's just like we're teaching the youth a bad way to
Yeah.
respond to it.
Mhm.
You know, it's like you know who Andrew Tate is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah,
like
he's like the leader of that.
yeah, and it's like I don't hate what he's doing. I think he says some good things,
Yeah.
but there's definitely some things that are like clearly for the clicks,
Yeah,
clearly
yeah,
for the
yeah.
bait, and like I think it just sets the wrong precedent.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like I think young kids are super impressionable. Like I bet like your nephew, right? Like super impressionable person, like really cares about like what other people think,
Yeah.
and like if he sees someone that he looks up to say a certain thing, of course he's gonna take that as a type of way.
Mhm.
So I think it's super important. Like we really like need to like teach young kids like a better way.
Yeah, and
You
it
know?
comes
Yeah,
down
bro.
with, especially with the young kids, because at the end of the day, like young kids growing up, like they're empty vessels that's gonna be
Empty
molded.
vessels
like,
of
they're
perfect
gonna
term.
be molded. So that's why like social media should be
Illegal.
like
It
like,
just needs
should
some
be
type of
like-
regulation,
yeah, it needs
man.
regulation because some of the stuff that's coming up, especially with
X nowadays,
like all this stuff, like bro, they're molding kids to be something that because social media is not real at the end of the day.
Right.
It
Exactly.
really isn't. That's
not
so
real.
crazy to think
Everything you
about.
see on TikTok or Instagram, like
It's fake news.
It's fake news. Either somebody's trying to impress others, or they're just lying about what they really have.
yeah, like
Right.
forcing
So,
their
like,
beliefs on
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Fuck
so,
that.
so like, and kids seeing that, they think, oh, that's who I have to be.
That's
That's
exactly.
So a study came out of 7th and 8th graders. They asked them what they want to be when they're older.
Yeah.
A majority of them, over 50%, said they want to be
Social media
YouTubers
people.
or content creators.
Wow. Over 50%.
Over 50%.
Well, I mean, I
Like,
guess
I can
that's
see
the
why.
new
Like-
wave of life. So I get that, and especially because now, like, I do think like the internet can be used as a tool, but I think
Definitely.
people are using that tool in a wrong way.
The wrong way.
So
Yeah.
I don't blame them for wanting to be that. I blame them for wanting to be that. Like they want to be like other people,
Yeah, yeah.
not be themselves.
be themselves.
And that's really crucial. Is
You
like be your own person.
You know, I heard. I don't know. I don't know if this is true, but I heard in China with China's TikTok.
Yeah.
I think I heard
only
the same
people-
thing.
Yeah. So the only people that could get famous on TikTok from China
Like science
is like
people.
science
Yeah.
engineers, like
Wow.
musicians.
Something that
Like,
elevates you.
Yeah, something that elevates you.
Yeah.
But here in the U.S., you could get
It's-
famous
It's
doing.
Aiden Ross getting
Yeah, you
scammed by
could-
21 Savage.
You could be doing some of the craziest stuff and get famous, get clicks,
man.
get this. Like
Right.
I just think kids should really like they should be monitored and
So heavily,
and
yeah.
that goes to the parents too, because some parents see
Some parents shouldn't be
There's
parents.
two types of parents. A parent that say they bring their kid to school, right? There's a parent that is going to drop their kid off and leave.
Yep.
There's another parent that's going to drop their kid off, make sure their teacher, they make sure they know the teachers, make sure they know the principal,
They go
make sure
above
they
and
know,
beyond.
they go above and beyond.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, they spending more time in school. So what they're learning
More time with
from
them
people,
Yes.
yeah. So like,
Put a C on this shit. Carlin speaking
Yes,
facts.
sir. Yes, sir.
so like with these, so I think a big thing got to go with the parents, bro. They got to be able to monitor their kids and be able to.
They're held responsible at the end of the day, in my
yeah.
opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. Like, all these problems stem from a parent. Like, honestly, when you think about it, like,
It's all about how you're raised.
everything comes from your parents. So, like, if you believe you have one set mind, like, one way of thinking, that comes from your parents.
It's probably instilled from a young age.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, so if you're a parent who just, like, lets your kid, like, on the internet, whatever, like
willy nilly.
Yeah.
They're gonna
'Cause
see
the-
some crazy shit.
the
Crazy
internet's
stuff.
kind of kind
Crazy
of
stuff.
designed to, like, control us. So especially if you're a young kid looking, you're gonna fall into that control way easier.
Yeah, especially like the whole political thing is like they really want to direct you in a certain route, and I think that's super scary, man.
Yeah.
I think anybody that has a very extreme, like one-sided opinion is like really unhealthy.
Yeah.
I think that's not a good way to look at life one way. I think being open-minded is like really so important because if you're just so close-minded to one thing, like you will not be able to observe other perspectives.
And you'll never grow.
You'll never
Never
grow.
grow.
You'll never grow.
You'll never grow.
I feel like we're as people we're put here to help each other out, to
Fuck
rely
yeah.
on each
Fuck
other.
yeah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Like people who is close minded or just close themselves off, they're not doing good to nobody. Like
Right.
they just,
Dude, that's so fast.
They're not learning. They're not
Yeah,
growing.
They're hurting
not
other
not
people.
helping.
Yeah. It's like when people like force their beliefs on you because they think they're right. It's like, how are you so sure? How do you
Yeah.
know you're
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
dude? Like, what makes you think that you know better than anyone else? And that's like what's weird to me. I think that like people feel like you see it in political areas and like religious areas,
Yeah.
and like I want anyone to believe in what they believe in that makes them feel good. But I don't want them to like feel a way
Yeah.
to like force it on you.
Because
You
that's
know?
because like me, like I'm a big
You a religious
guy.
person? Yeah.
Like, I'm Christian, you know, like believe Jesus, God, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But like I would never like try.
You need to be
push it
redeemed by
on.
Jesus. Yeah.
I would
You're
never
sinning.
try to push it on nobody. Like even with my
Yeah.
little nephew, right? So there was one time I'm in my room and I'm reading my Bible,
Yes, sir.
and my nephew comes in and he's like, "Oh, what are you reading? What this and that?" You see, like I'm not his parent. I'm not his father.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be the one that's gonna teach him about this.
Yeah.
Like he needs to go
Find it
to
on
his
his own.
dad
Yeah.
and ask, because that's where he's gonna get most of his stuff from. His
Yeah.
dad.
That's true.
I can't force what
Right. You be
what I
out of
want onto
line.
him. Yeah, I'm out of line. Even though he's
Yeah.
my nephew,
Hmm.
but I'm out of line on that. Like
Yeah.
that's not something I should.
Is this
tell him about.
is he on? Is his dad your brother or?
Yeah,
is,
his dad's my
okay,
brother.
yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask. Yeah,
Yeah.
but continue. Yeah,
Yeah, so like even with that, like I would never like try to. I think people should. One thing I do think is people should believe in something higher, because you
Agreed.
can't do everything by
Yeah.
yourself. Like you can't.
totally agree with that.
And depending on what you think, okay, but like I would
Whatever
never try
works.
to force it. Yeah, whatever works.
Whatever works
But
for
people
you.
people who are like atheists and like only believe in themselves, like that's why they don't have like no real peace in them. Like no.
I
real,
agree
like,
with that. I agree with that.
Like they don't have no peace.
No
and
drive.
No drive,
Yeah.
because they think they got to do everything by themselves.
Yeah.
But when you rely on something higher than you, like
you have faith in
yeah,
that,
you
that
have faith.
everything's gonna be
Everything will be
good.
fine.
I can
Everything
get
will
down
be
with
good.
that. We should definitely let's talk about that. So I do believe in a higher power, 100%. I think there's got to be something in this world that dictates this, whether it's a god or some type of other powerful thing. I don't know yet. Like I would say I'm more agnostic, where like I just don't know. I
Okay.
don't know enough, but like I'm open to there being something. And I think that like when you think that there's a higher power or something above you, like it doesn't make you think like you have a god complex.
Yeah.
Like I think a lot of people think that like I mean, I think it's just natural as humans that we think we're the center of everything.
Yeah.
Like we literally
Yeah.
thought that all the planets revolved around the
Yeah,
Earth because we
mhm.
are just like egotistical.
Mhm.
But like
Yeah.
it's just like the more you know, the more you realize you don't know shit.
Yeah.
Like we literally thought that the world revolved around us, and then we found out that we revolved around the sun. We thought that like fucking smoking crack was good for you. Like we thought like all these things.
Yeah, cigarettes were good for
and
you.
like we think that like God is in our image, but like how do we know God is like in a human form? Like what if God is just like,
maybe he's a penguin.
what if he's
form.
like a gas form? Like, you know what I mean? Like we're just like very egotistical people, I feel like, naturally.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like obviously like you being a health science major, I bet you took a lot of biology classes. We kind of realized that like the base thing about humans is that we really are all about ourselves. Survival of the fittest, right?
Yeah.
Like I want to spread my genes more than you spread yours. And like you'll see that in like the wild, that like lions will kill other cubs to make sure that they stop their bloodline. And that and that lion wants to mate with as many other women as much as possible to spread his genes. So like you'll see that pretty often, that like the males will have more partners than the females do. And I feel like humans are no different. We are just doing it in a more like civilized way, in a sense of like, but there's a lot of corruption, a lot of horrible things politically, and I don't know. What do you see a lot of that at all? Like white collar crime type shit?
Nah, not really.
Yeah, what do you mean by white collar crime?
So a lot of white collar crime, you'll see like a lot of fraud, a lot of identity theft, things like that. Like we'll find other ways to still fuck people over, like steal your money so that way you can't get yours and I'm gonna get mine. In a sense, like we still kill other people's shit, but not in as barbaric way.
Yeah, we're not killing other
we're not
people
like physically
actually.
killing people, but we're taking away your livelihood, we're taking away your money, we're taking away your housing, your ways to fend for yourself.
Yeah. I see that all the time, and I feel like that's
it's kind of
that's
scary.
another thing. Yeah, that's another thing where people talk about you know, like why would this exist? You know, if God is really true good, like why would all this exist?
That's the good and the bad, right? It's not always gonna be perfect.
And I think one thing people fail to realize is that He blessed us with free will.
Yep.
So with our free will, we can decide. His intention is not for us to use free will to harm others or do stuff to others.
Right.
But we choose to do that
But
ourselves.
we do that because we're corruptible.
Yeah, because we're corrupting ourselves, so we do that. So yeah, I do see that a lot, and I think you know, even in a football aspect, like how I was saying, how all the vets, you know, they was kind of taking me in and the young guys in, but there's other vets that'll like
they don't want you to take their spot.
Yeah, so they
like,
gotta
eat too.
So if say you're in practice and then I'm talking to you, I'm like, yo, dang, like I forgot this play. Yo, what am I supposed to do on this play?
Yeah.
Some vets won't even tell you. They'll let you go out there and mess up. Because then they'll give themselves.
Will they
another
intentionally tell
opportunity.
you the wrong thing sometimes?
They probably do. On other teams, they
No
probably do.
way.
Yeah, they probably because
That's really
I could definitely
fucked
see
up.
that.
It is.
I could
It
definitely
That's
see
fucked up.
and people can worship themselves. It's like what you were
It's
saying.
really weird to think about.
Yeah. People worship
They're
themselves.
very egotistical.
Yeah.
I don't like that idea. Because I don't think anyone's better than anybody.
Exactly.
You know, like Elon
Yeah.
Musk is clearly fucking crazy intelligent, has all the money in the world, but like I wouldn't put him above anybody. You know what I mean?
I heard this one time, like it's just a good way of like looking at people, looking at life. Like never look down on anyone, but never look up to anyone either.
Yeah.
It's just like
Equal, man.
everyone's
We
the
really gotta
same.
be
Like
equal.
we're all in the same pot, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
experiencing the same things. Everyone has their own problems.
Everyone's fighting demons, man.
Right.
Everybody, yeah,
And you
yeah.
don't know like what someone's going through. Like especially you walk by them on the street, you have no idea.
That's
So it's like,
mindedness right there.
That's why I never argue with anybody.
yo,
So
Carlins, speak facts right now.
So one of the
Come on
reasons
now.
Let's
Come
go.
on now.
one of the reasons why I would never go back and forth with someone. Number one, you don't know what they're going through.
Yep.
You could say something and it could be their last straw.
Yeah.
Dude, I've said this. I've said this
Could be the
about
last straw.
like being in
Last straw.
traffic and like throwing the finger to someone. That person might take you with, like,
Yeah.
take them with you.
And
Yep.
and I remember seeing something where it said it was like the morgue and jail is filled with a bunch of people with egos.
Yeah.
So like
Whoa.
if somebody is saying something and then and he hurts my ego or hurts me, whatever, and then I go back at him, bro. You don't know what can. But like obviously, you know, there is a line. Like if he crossed the line, you know, but
there's definitely
certain actions need to be taken at that point.
Exactly. Yeah. But like overall though, I would never go back and forth with somebody. Like it's just
like
a waste of time.
It's a waste of time and
It's a waste of
energy.
time.
Like you think about how hard it is to change yourself. Like there's no way you're gonna be able to change someone else. We say that all the time.
That's so facts because like, say like. Because I used to be really fat in high school. You know, I let myself go a little bit.
You know Josh Peck?
Yeah.
I was Josh
He's
Peck.
like the Josh Peck story.
Yeah, I was fat Josh Peck. If you've seen Drake and Josh, I was fat Josh Peck.
Okay.
And
more handsome though, more handsome.
Yeah. But like the problem with that is like I needed to make a change, right? Like I didn't know how to, I didn't know where to begin, I didn't know where to start. All I knew is that I was unhappy with myself. And it was really hard to like, hey, listen, you got to get in the weight room more. You got to get active. You got to eat better. You need to stop doing these shitty things and start replacing them with better habits. And, you know, once I started going, it got easier and easier. But to change, like you said, change yourself, get going, it takes a lot. So, like.
But that's also. So, like, because you were saying, you know, about people changing. But you said you wanted to change.
You have to want it.
You wanted to do it.
Yeah.
You can't tell somebody and want somebody. If I told you, oh man, like you need to lose weight, you need to do all this stuff, but if you didn't want to do it, you wouldn't have done it.
Yes.
So it goes down to the person
only
wanting to change.
Only you can save you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No one can force you to do anything. That's why, like when you're saying I'll never get in arguments with people, is because you're not gonna change their fucking mind unless they really are open to wanting to hear a different side and be open minded. You're not gonna change shit. And that's I totally agree with that. Like it's literally just a waste of breath to get into any argument, man. It's like really just best to like let's agree to disagree because some people, dude. I found out like when I work with people, there's some people that like I remember one time I was on a job, right? And somebody just had music playing and someone threw on a band and the guy I was working with was like, oh dude, I fucking hate this band. And I was like, oh, like why? What's so bad about them? He was like, oh, they don't like Trump. And I'm like, dude, why are you like basing off of who you like based off who their political affiliation is? Like that's
what if they're playing the best song ever?
That's what I mean. Like that is such like a weird way to like define who you like just based off their political orientation.
Yeah, that's
like that is such a wild way to live life.
And you see that with politics a lot, where where you have to hide what you really support because you literally just can't you can't say it out there. Like
that's a stupid way to live life, man. Like you and I could differ on everything, like completely have a different mindset on everything, but that doesn't mean we can't be boys.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't mean we can't be chill. People are like, oh, you don't like this, then you're my enemy. And it's like, why are we automatically like just crossing lines? Why are we doing that? That's such a weird way to live, and I think that's the biggest problem with like division in America right now is that we are just like, oh, you disagree with me, we can't be friends.
We can't be friends.
It's the ego, bro. It's like
it is an egotistical thing,
ego,
man.
Like, you have to.
I hate it. I don't like it at all.
You have to like separate like your feeling because like everyone has a different perspective, different point of view. Like I'll never like know what it feels like to be in your shoes and vice versa. So like you just don't know. Like in your mind, like life is one way, but like in someone else's mind, like they see it completely different.
I know,
and
right?
It's like
that's why with a lot of like decisions people make, like we could like say the media, for instance, right? You see, they'll put out a story of somebody doing something. Now to you, it might seem bad from your experiences.
But like me hating the Chiefs.
Yeah, so exactly. But from like another person, from their experiences, they see something completely different.
They see like positivity.
Yeah,
or
so
whatever.
that's why like
they see Mahomes as the GOAT.
So like the good and the bad. So like what you see good and bad, literally only is to you.
Yes.
Only is to you. Everybody has different experiences. Yes. Everybody's different. So they see things different.
Right. Like some people will see like someone running a business, like killing it in their business, like making all this money. But then another person could look at it and be like, oh, they're so selfish. Like, But in reality, that person grinded their ass
Yeah,
off
they have no
to
idea
make it
what
to
they
the
did
top.
to get there.
This person saying, "Oh, they're selfish," whatever. Like, it's all perspective, really. It's crazy.
It's all perspective.
Yeah, and I think that's what's been so good about this podcast is that like we've had a lot of different people on, and no matter what, like we've always been able to just like learn a different perspective.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Whether we agreed or disagreed, whatever it was, like we've always just been able to find common ground. And I think that's like really like the best part about this is just like we could have anybody on and just still be boys with them. You know what I mean?
Just chop it up.
Just chopping it up.
Yeah.
That's why I like a lot about this pod and why like there's certain podcasts I've seen where like they do like have you seen the big podcast where they'll have like 20 mics and it's just like two guys and then like 20 girls and they just like berate the women. Like I don't like that idea of like just having people on just to argue with them, like you said. Like what is like the point of that? Like what is that really gaining you? And like if anything, I really think that just like is a regression of like how we like interact with people.
And they pick people that they know they won't get an argument out of. They know it's gonna be one sided and it's gonna be their side.
Yeah.
It's
So
intentionally cherry picked.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And I don't like that. It's like they purposefully pick promiscuous women so they can just berate their promiscuous side.
That was
And
a bar.
And I just don't understand like I guess the goal at the end of the day is to like blow up and have that be a thing, and that's like the most clickbaity way to do it. But I think like that's just so backwards. Like I would rather want to build bridges than burn them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't know. I think like a good leader builds bridges.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Good leader builds bridges.
Good leader always builds bridges, and I bet like both of you guys have seen that super in sports as well as in workplaces. Like
look at T.J. Watt.
Yeah.
Someone
he's a
messes
decoy
up,
for a reason.
He's right there.
Not just because of what he does on the field, but clearly him taking you on under your wing or like driving you back to the hotel. Like these little things may not mean a lot. I mean, like outside may not look like it's a lot, but realistically mean the most.
Yeah, they add up.
They add up a ton.
And like a lot of with these like other, a lot of these things with these other podcasts, like where they have a lot of people on and whatever, and it's a one-sided thing.
Yeah.
What they want to do too is they want to get
like
the yeah. So they don't prepare for like long video. They want to get the quick clip TikTok.
Yeah.
The 10-second TikTok
viral.
thing that goes viral.
Yeah. That's what they want.
That's all they care about.
That's all they care
real.
about. All they care about.
And that's such a like a what's the shallow way to live life, right? Like that's so just like you're looking out, like trying to get outside fame, and you're
looking outward for something that you can get.
Think that validates you
from yourself. Like you can validate yourself anytime, but they're looking for it from the views, from the other people, from all that.
That just goes back to people not really being comfortable with themselves.
Insecurity, dude. Yep. How important is being like secure with yourself, like knowing what you bring to the table? I feel like
that's everything, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like
you gotta have that confidence in yourself. Like no one else is gonna have it for you. Like especially, I'm sure you can attest going into the league. Like no one's gonna give it to you, hand it to you. Like you have to believe it.
You gotta earn it every fucking
and earn it, and just prove it to yourself almost. You know.
Yeah, and I think like when people are insecure, it's because they're unsure of themselves and unsure of what they do. Like
they got to get themselves right. Like they didn't put the work in on themselves yet to have the confidence to do anything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I would say like us three right now, like you guys know like the work you put in the weight room, on the field, off the field, in class. Like it is not easy to get a college degree. It is fucking hard, man. It is not easy to get in the best physical shape of your life. It is not easy to eat clean. Like all these things are not easy. So you knowing like the work you put in to get there, like you're sure of yourself. You know, like, okay, I can sit down and regiment myself. But some people that don't follow that regimen, that's where the insecurity in like insecurity, like the jealousy or these horrible characteristics come in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think with like being secure in yourself and being confident in yourself, I feel like one big thing about it too is being able to handle the up and downs.
Yes,
because a lot of people,
so important.
A lot of people can be secure up, but then something bad happens, then it's like
it's a downward
I'm really
spiral.
not like that.
That's a great point.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like there was so like so there was a story that I read. It was about this farmer and his son, right?
Chinese farmer.
Yeah, Chinese
Let's
farmer.
go,
Yeah.
Carlins.
The Chinese farmer.
Let's
yeah.
fucking go.
And like the gist of it is like you just never know what's gonna happen. Like
never know.
like
man.
things you see's going good right now later on can be bad. Things you can be sad about right now later on it could be the best thing that happened to you.
The best, bro.
Like so you really only time can tell.
Only time. Yeah. Thank you to the live crowd.
Carlins, you're fucking G, dude. That is really
Chinese
important
farmer
to touch upon, man. That like, it's so easy to when things are going good to be happy, and it's when things are awesome. It's like when you guys are all you're doing is winning. It's so easy to just keep winning.
Yep.
But when you're losing and you're taking L after L, it's also really
everyone's
easy to
pointing the
spiral.
finger.
It's super easy to spiral. It's fucking hard when shit sucks. That like you got to keep that mentality up.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. You really need to realize that like not everything that's good is truly good, and not everything that's bad is truly bad. You know, it's just
That reminds me
never
of
too high, never too low.
yeah, always like right in the middle. Like you want to be even keel. Like it reminds
If
me
you're
of
an extreme, like we were just talking about with politics and religion, like or anything in life, you're in an extreme, it's a bad thing.
yeah. Like it reminds me. I saw this video. You guys know Flemlo Raps?
No,
He's
shout out.
like he does like what happened to like football videos and stuff.
Yeah.
So he did a video on Adam Pac-Man Jones, one of the best corners in NFL history,
Shout out.
honestly. But he said that one of his coaches, like coming up, would like he saw something in the kid, obviously, like had a ton of talent, but he said more than anything, it was his mentality. Like he had the shortest memory of any player he's ever seen, said his coach. And
It's important.
that's huge, especially being a DB.
Yeah.
And because anything can happen to you, but the next play you got to be locked in.
Yeah.
So when I heard that, I honestly like applied it to my life. Like whatever happens in life, like just have a short memory.
Yeah, short memory.
Yeah.
Because whether it's good or bad, like it could lead to bad things if it's good or vice versa. So you just don't know. Like
you gotta believe.
You gotta believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like Adam Pac-Man Jones.
Yeah.
And he was a guy who was always getting in trouble, like off the field stuff, but like his short memory allowed him to just forget about that and just keep playing. Like he played for so long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That goes to like even in everyday life, that just goes on to like living in the present moment.
Yes.
Like the past is gone. The future you don't have. So
future don't exist.
Yeah, it really don't exist. Like God forbid, like God forbid, like who knows how long we have? You know what I'm saying?
No, exactly.
So
you
like,
never know.
Yeah, it is scary to think about.
You never know. So like you gotta live in the present moment. Like whatever happens, you just gotta take it under the chin and be like, it might be good, it might be bad.
Yes,
like,
sir.
You don't know.
Present moment.
Yeah. Did y'all know? Did y'all ever read Meditations about Marcus Aurelius? It's a book.
No, I've
Put
heard
us on
of
game.
it.
Put us on game.
So it's called Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor in like 100, like I think it was 100.
Like AD or something.
Yeah, AD
BC,
after
AD.
Christ. AD.
Yeah.
So it was like 160 AD, something like that. But he was writing down like a journal. Like he was just writing down his thoughts on a journal.
Yeah.
And I guess like the journal ended up coming out to be a book.
And
So
that's
now,
what meditation
yeah,
is.
so that's what
Wow.
Meditations is his inner thoughts of what he's writing.
Oh, we gotta read that.
Yeah, no, you gotta read that. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
We gotta
Does it
read
change
that.
the way you think? Look at shit?
Yeah, it truly changed the way you think because he was processing all this in 100 AD, and everything
Crazy
he's
to think
saying,
about, right?
Crazy to think about, and everything he's saying
Still relevant
applies to life right now.
Yes.
And one of the big things he says is like living in the moment and
Yep.
and death. I know you just said how you're you scared to think about death. One of the things
Yeah.
he says is like you can't be like it's gonna come. Like you can't be scared.
It's inevitable.
About it. Like,
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
gonna
Inevitable.
come.
That's so
you gotta
true.
be able to live right now. Because one thing I did take from his book is that he said you don't know how long you have. So the life expectancy in the U.S. right now is 77.
Yeah.
But your mind goes before your body.
That's
Yeah.
the mind does
really-
give up before the body.
Yeah, so really, like your time on Earth is not as long as you think.
Right.
So there's no point of worrying about stuff that you don't know is gonna happen in the future. Like you just gotta
Damn.
worry about right now. Like
right now, it's all you
live
got.
right now. That's
The
literally
moment.
all you have. That's all you have
Oh,
right
my.
now.
Cons, I never thought about, because we hear that all the time. It's like when you're running suicides, it's like your mind gives up before your body. Just keep pushing, keep pushing.
Yep.
I never really applied it to like, damn, like some people like mentally die where
Yeah.
they're just on autopilot. Like, oh, gotta go to the same job every day and fucking kill themselves doing shit that they don't like doing because that's just kind of like the world we have now. That is a fucked up thing to think about, that
Yeah.
your mind dies before your physical does, right? Like your spirit goes before. That's fucking crazy.
I'm telling you, that book.
Wow.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, that book is crazy, bro.
Meditations.
We do
Marcus
mentally
Aurelius.
kill ourselves all the time.
Yeah.
That is fucking crazy.
We care about what other people think. We care about stuff we can't control.
Yes.
So it's
Control
like-
what you can control.
Control what you can control. So
And
it's
was
like,
it have like the strength to know the difference of
Yeah.
like not letting things control you or something?
Mhm.
What is that quote? Now I need to look at that quote up because I see that often. It's like that quote is like probably the one I come back to the most.
Because that's really all you can do in life is like, there's only a certain amount you can control. Everything else you
everything else you literally can't.
can't. Literally have nothing. Like you
Literally
can't do
can't.
anything. So it's like, why worry about what's happening when you
Yeah.
can't control it?
Mhm.
You know, just
And that goes to something. I feel like you can only do that too, if you know there's something higher than you.
yeah.
Because if you don't think that and you only think yourself as your only God, it's like you're gonna be stressed out about everything. You're gonna be
Facts. Because
yeah, it's gonna
you
be tough.
you think you're gonna be the only you can save you.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like in reality, like yeah, you're gonna take the actions to save yourself, but there's the higher power that's there that gives you the confidence to just keep going,
Mhm.
and that gives you the faith to just live in the present moment.
Yeah.
And
So here's the quote. It says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Yeah.
gotta
And
know
that
the
is
difference.
like
Gotta
really
know the
important
difference.
because I think a lot of people get hung up or can't let go of the things that they can't change. And I think that is like a super easy way for you to like mentally die.
Yeah.
You know what I
Mm.
mean? It really hurts your ego and your own characteristics where it's like something bad happens to you and it's just like something you can't control,
you
something you
just
can't
can't control.
change, and like
Mhm.
people will get fixated on this one thing, and it's a horrible way to live life. I feel like
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
fucking negative way. It's like it's a terrible quality of
Mhm.
life.
And it's
terrible.
not something. Also, it's not something that can be changed in a flip of a switch. It's something you
Yeah.
gotta like work
Daily.
on mentally, daily to keep doing it.
Work on that.
Yeah, work
shit.
on it. It's not something you can just turn on, turn off. Nah.
That is so
Yeah.
important too. I think a lot of people look for instant gratification
Yeah.
where they really want this to happen now, and that is just not the world we live in. Like everything you have to earn, and the rent is due every fucking day. And there are times where like I still catch myself slipping where I'm like down bad about something and like pissed off about it, and then I have to catch myself like, why is this getting me so mad?
Yeah.
Like why? Like we've been through this before. We'll go through it again. Like just reset yourself. You know you're gonna be fine. And honestly, I really think that like drugs like marijuana help me with that.
Mhm.
Like I think before I was a very anxious person
Mhm.
where things would happen to me and I just like couldn't get my mind off it, and I would be like, oh, why me? And then when I was able to kind of get high, look outside myself, think a little more open-mindedly, then you're able to think like, okay, like why not me?
Yeah.
And
Hell yeah.
it's literally just that wording that changes a lot of things.
Mhm.
It's like instead of being, oh, poor woe is me, it's now like, okay, this needed to happen so I could get this out of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's like
That's what I be thinking too. Like if I go through something like hard and I'm just like dang, like I think
Take it easy, God.
yeah. But I think I'm like, what better person to go through this than me?
Yeah,
Fucking
it's like
facts.
what better person? And that's something Marcus Aurelius was saying in his. I'm
Okay.
telling you, you gotta read. I'm telling
we
you,
gotta
bro.
read this
You
meditation.
gotta read it, but
That is really crazy.
Everyone read this book too.
yeah, you gotta read it.
That is really crazy to think about, that somebody that made this thousands of years ago is still relevant now. I honestly relate to like a Shakespeare thing. Like, we still study Shakespeare's plays that he wrote fucking hundreds of years ago when he literally wasn't educated, like literally was a poor kid, had nothing, but that's why they say he had a ghostwriter, all this stuff. But either way, like,
They still teach lessons that are still applied.
They still teach a lesson that's still applied to this day.
Thousands of years later, hundreds of years later.
Isn't it crazy? Like, we still make the same mistakes thousands of years later.
It's all human nature. And like,
Human
regardless of how like technology develops, like
we are still
we're still the same.
human beings.
Yeah, we're still the same.
These
It's
are really
crazy.
like existential, things I think about daily.
Yeah.
I always think about this, but you can't change human nature. You
really
can't change.
And I think one thing, it goes back to something you said earlier about people. One thing I do think with people though is we're never satisfied with anything.
We
Yeah.
were just
Never
talking about this in the
satisfied.
car, dude.
Yeah, we're never satisfied.
We were talking about, you know what 21 Savage is, right? So 21 Savage, I guess, just like scammed a streamer like Aiden Ross. Like, they were playing like blackjack or some shit.
Yeah.
And like, I guess he like brought his own deck of cards, and I don't know, I guess he scammed the thing, right? And like won like $200K off him or something like that. And I'm like, dude, 21 Savage, like, you can make $200K off one song.
Yeah.
Like, what are you trying to
Yeah.
scam people for? And it's like you said, never enough.
They're never
1
enough.
mil is not enough. I need 3
Yeah,
mil.
you need
3 mil.
3
Now
mil.
I need a bill.
Yeah,
You know what I
it's
mean?
like with people like say somebody's going out, right? They bought some new clothes, they put on fresh, they think they're fresh.
Yep.
They go on Instagram, see somebody else with a whole nother fit, they like, now I need that.
Now I need that.
Or like even with cars, it's like, dang, like I need to make it look like
I can have the
I got-
2023. I need the 2024. I need the
yeah,
2025
yeah.
version.
Yep.
I need the iPhone. I don't need the 15. I need the 16.
60. Yeah.
It's so weird.
Nobody's ever satisfied with what they have, and I think that's just sad.
It's backwards way of
that's
thinking.
Yeah.
backwards. Like I think people should be grateful and be happy because they have that. Because if you really look at it, like there's other people that would wish to be where you are too. So it's
Facts, bro. No matter where you at, like
yeah.
someone always has it worse, or
Mhm.
and is always trying to get where you are. So it's like you said, be grateful for what you got,
Yeah.
because you never know, like that could be taken away from you anytime too.
Taken away. Yeah.
This
You can't
reminds
control
me of this T.I. song with Rihanna, "Live Your Life." You guys definitely know this song.
Oh yeah.
Classic.
The beginning of the song, I'm gonna play it right now. T.I. just kind of like talking before the beat comes in, where he's basically saying like, stop looking at the things that you don't have and start looking at the things that you do have, because we take for granted the things that we have, like our health, our
Yeah.
loved ones,
Hell yeah.
these really important things, and we're always like, oh damn, I don't have this iPhone or that car. And I think this is something like music has taught me a lot of things,
Yeah.
man. Damn, I didn't realize he talked about this. Dude,
Yo, that's an all
what a simple fucking thing to say, but how fucking important is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an
And people
all time.
take that for granted all the time.
Yeah, I think that goes to like how on social media people be saying like you gotta escape the matrix. Or
Yeah.
people think
Yeah,
escaping the
facts,
matrix.
man.
People think escaping the matrix is like being rich, having money.
Right.
It's really like being mentally free, not having to
Mentally
worry
free.
about like
Oh
what
my
another
God.
person has, or doesn't have to worry about living up to other people's
Yeah.
expectations.
Carlins just spitting
like,
facts right now.
Facts.
Mike is on
Gotta be
fire
mentally-
today.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like you gotta
dude.
be mentally free, and like a lot of like me personally, like ever since I got my, that's why I feel like when I looking back on it, when I tore my knee, like I was upset. Like obviously,
Yeah.
You're
I
like,
just tore my
fuck,
knee.
yeah.
Like
You were balling.
yeah, I was doing
Let
my
it be
thing,
known he
all
was
that stuff.
balling.
But like looking back on it now, like I feel like
There's something that needed to happen.
yeah,
to you.
it's something that needed to happen because
Needed like a
now I
challenge.
feel like I'm like another like. I'm like another. I feel like I evolved.
On another level,
Yeah,
so
on
you
another
stepped
level,
up.
like personally, mentally, like physically. Yeah, my knees gotten better, but I feel like if
Yeah.
I never got hurt and kept playing and was still in Pittsburgh doing all that stuff, like I just wouldn't have grown.
Yeah,
to be
would you
who I
have
am.
grown? You know.
Yeah, and I honestly don't think so because like
Was that when you started reading Marcus Aurelius?
so now I actually read his book a couple months ago.
Hell yeah.
But still, like
And,
maybe that's something that led you to these things, right?
Yeah, And like I think that's what. So being hurt gave me a lot of free time. So in my free time, I started, reading more stuff, watching more stuff, like. And if I was still playing, it would have been something where again, I was probably worshiping myself, thinking that I don't gotta do none of this stuff. Like I'm fine. I'm still playing. Blah blah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like it definitely was a blessing in disguise.
It helped better yourself in other ways.
And
right.
Yeah.
That's Chinese farmer right there, man.
Exactly.
Chinese farmer.
At the time, I'm like, damn, like I just got hurt, tore my knee. I'm in a hospital after surgery. I'm like what's gonna happen? But looking back on it now, like just give it time. You don't know. Just give it time.
Man.
Whether I get back in the league or not, like I know personally I'll be fine. I'll be good. Like
fuck yeah,
you will be, but you will be back in the
You'll
league.
be back in the league, man.
Not for sure.
All 32 teams keep notice.
Fuck
keep
yeah.
notice.
For sure.
And I think you just have an amazing mindset on it. I think that a lot of people don't look at it the way you look at it. I think that's so important to say, like, no matter what, I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah.
No matter what's gonna happen, we're good. And like, that's so important. That's really important. I think a lot of people, they're beaten down and they just stay down.
Yeah.
That's where you like mentally die, right? Fucking, you got to get out of rock bottom no matter what, because.
But that's rock bottom.
Yeah.
Rock bottom is where you change. Like,
that's the change.
We've said this before.
That's exactly where you change.
That's the turning point.
That's the turning point. Rock bottom. Like people think rock bottom is you keep getting beat down. You're not at rock
where
bottom
you go to
yet.
Die. That's not where you go to die.
Yeah,
Some
that's
people
not rock
die
bottom
there,
yet. Yeah.
but that's not where you go to die.
Yeah, that's where you change and you really like take an outside look and you see like where you're heading, what's going on, and then you change for the better.
Yes, then you start climbing out of there.
Yeah, you
Dude,
start climbing out of
I
there.
love that mentality. I think it's so important for you to have that. I think it's important for everyone to have that and like to see you implement that. It's like it's literally no doubt in my mind you're meant for great things, man. Like I feel like good energy from you. I feel amazing shit, like really great shit coming from you. I know like you got big things coming for you, man.
No question.
Huge things, dude.
No question.
For a fact, man.
God willing.
For a fact, I think we all have great things coming for us.
For
a fact.
No, for sure.
Some people are just meant
true.
for it. Some people are born for it. Some people are just work for it. It's everyone starts in a different place in life. That's a big thing we talk about a lot. Is like, I think a big thing of why we have a division a lot is people don't see that we start in different places in this race, right? No one just starts in front. Like, not everyone is in the same line, right? Like everyone's all over the place. And I think once we realize that, we'll have a huge compassion for people in a huge way that we see why people live life or make the choices they make. It's like why you won't argue with people. It's because you don't know where they come from. And I think that's super important. I think you embody that, man. For real.
Yeah, man.
It's so important. Fuck yeah.
People need to take an outside look. Don't always think about yourself. You need to see what somebody else is thinking, see what they're going through. And base your perspective or base what you think on like how that person is. You can't always think about yourself.
Yeah, that's how you get caught up with the ego.
Yeah,
think about yourself.
bro.
You just digging yourself your own hole.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
But speaking of the fit situation, I think you're fitted up right now, dude.
Yes,
I love the
sir.
shit you got going on right here.
Suited and booted right now.
What is that, the cardigan? Looking fitted up, dude?
That's
Let's
cardigan.
go.
Zip up.
Was that a Kobe shirt?
Yeah, little Kobe.
Yo,
Big
R.I.P.
shouts to
Kobe,
Kobe.
man. What about those
This
sweats
is,
look stizzy, dude?
This is a Russell Westbrook brand.
No way.
Honor the
Hey,
gift.
Fuck
hell
yeah. Shouts
yeah.
Russell Westbrook, baby.
I got some little mushroom socks.
Yes, sir.
Got the Crocs
He
going.
the
No
Crocs.
fucking- dude. That's
Fitted.
fitted. That's
He
fitted
came
right
out
there.
fitted.
So-
Came out fitted.
So are you kind of like big into like? Have you ever tried shroom? I mean, if you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but
No, I never tried it. No.
never. What would you?
I don't think so. I think marijuana is my.
I hear you,
tipping
man.
point.
I'm super content with that as well. But I would definitely be open to trying shrooms for sure, man. Because people say a lot like it's like a door to another dimension, and like I don't know if I'm ready for that, but like I would like to one day see like what that's about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just I'm open to anything. I'm open to trying anything once in my life. You know what I mean? Like when I'm like getting older and I'm close to my deathbed, I would definitely try shit. You know what I mean? Like fuck it, why not? Like experience the world, right?
Get yourself a new perspective.
Get yourself a new perspective. That's the thing is like marijuana helped me do that, right? It helped me think more deeply. You know,
Slows you down.
Yes, dude. I think that's helped me a ton, man. So I think like, cause like I'm big into music, and I think weed helped me kind of even like get more in depth with music. Like I hear notes better. Like I like music just sounds better. And it's like I understand certain things better, and it's like I think that's why some drugs can be very helpful for some people. It kind of opens you up a little bit. You know what I mean?
I just don't know how.
I don't understand the science behind it, but I feel it.
I just don't know how like with weed. There's so many negative stuff about it, but alcohol.
Oh my god!
It's it's fine.
It's promoted.
I think it's because it's just been that way for so long that alcohol is cool, and like we just haven't been able to change our.
And it's so much worse for you. It's like you're drinking
That's just
poison.
alcoholism.
Yeah.
It's actual
That's
poison.
just alcoholism. Just people can't get rid of it. You know what I mean? But I think people are starting to be more aware of like what's good, what's truly good, and what's truly not.
It's it's definitely changing for the better. It's gonna take a little more time, but
like people getting smarter. They're getting smarter.
More
and more.
That's important, man.
Studies coming out or whatever. Like
educate yourself, man.
Educate
like don't just
yourself.
believe what people tell you. Question everything.
Especially the news.
Question everything.
Especially the news.
Fuck the media.
All the
dude.
news is
Fuck
fake.
the media.
The news. Yo,
For real.
For any news, like you got to do your own research. Like
Yes.
you can't watch what CNN and NBC,
Fox, all that shit. Fuck
never
that.
believe what because they're
agree.
trying to manipulate you. So never
One-sided.
They're trying to cater to one side or the other.
Yeah,
It's a problem.
So, like obviously, it's not going to be the real, actual news, like uncut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
But
a big problem.
Sometimes what I be thinking is like, so if I watch the news or something, I'd be like I know it's not the real thing, but I'd be thinking like, why do they want me to think that that's how it is?
The why.
The
Ask
why.
the why,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Because
That's a great
they
point.
want you to
Great point.
keep putting money in their pockets. That's realistically what it is at the end of the day, is they want to spread their genes and they want you to stop spreading yours.
Yeah.
And that's
It's true.
Dude, fundamentally, when you break it down to its smallest point, that's what we are as human beings.
Yeah.
It's all just about survival of the fittest. And I think people need to see that more, that we're not like innocent people. You know what I mean? We're really not. I don't know. It's a dark way to look at it. It's pretty like obviously like pessimistic, but
it's real.
But it's real, dude. People don't want to see you winning.
No,
People
they
really
don't.
don't want to see. I don't know why, because dude, like when I see someone doing well, man, I'm the first one to clap,
Me
dude.
too,
I
yeah.
want to see everyone fucking win. Like, why would I not want? Like, even if I don't know you, dude, if you just got like the job you want, dude, fucking let's go, dude.
You're putting the
I'm
work.
hyping you up, dude, because like
Yes.
I know how hard it is to get the things you want in this life. Like, one of our boys, Phil's, just became GM of URI football, right? So
Yeah.
put a C on that, man.
Put a
Because
C
like
on that.
we we played football with Phil since we were so young, and like I knew he wanted to be a part of the coaching staff, and like
Yeah,
to see him,
he was like a coach as a player.
he was
you know
coach
what I
as a
mean?
player, man, and to see him now like really get like vindicated with that, I was like, dude, let's fucking go.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Like look at Cullen.
Yeah, exactly.
Meant to be a coach.
That's why when I look at my situation and I see like I'm not on a team yet, but I see other people get signed. Like I'm happy for them.
Hell
Like
yeah.
even though I'm not there.
good for
Bro,
them,
like
man.
good for
Fuck yeah.
especially all the people like Aaron Champ.
Champ.
He just got signed.
That's
Yo,
fucking
shout out
good.
So it's
Champ.
like
We're
somebody-
getting you on the pod,
somebody
that's for
like,
sure.
bro, he's somebody I seen. I was like, let's go. Like
Yo,
happy
bro.
for you, bro.
Let's
Hell
eat.
yeah.
Let's eat tonight, babe. Let's eat.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think that's we lack cheerleading so much nowadays. No one wants to fucking cheer for people because
Everyone's selfish.
I think
Yeah.
it's a selfish
Everyone's
thing.
selfish.
I think people get so, like secretly very like jealous.
In NBA.
And I don't know
Yeah.
why you're so envious. Like, what is the problem? Like, why can't we all win? Why can't we all eat?
People need to. They need to be able to. Dang, I was just about to. People need to be able to pick the right competitors. Like people think everybody's in competition.
Yeah, everyone's
not like
everyone's
that.
the enemy.
Yeah,
not
it's
like
not
that.
like
Yeah.
that. Patrick Bet-David, you know Patrick Bet-David.
I've heard of him. Isn't he like
Yeah.
a stocks guy
yeah,
or something like
he's
that?
like he's like a big business. He
Put
has
us on
a whole bunch
game.
of he has a whole bunch of companies he runs, all that stuff. But
Yeah.
he had a book just came out called Choose Your Enemies. And choosing your enemies is being able to pick the right people who drives you to the next level. It's not everybody that drives you, but it's people who you have a healthy competition with
that lifts you up a little bit.
That lifts you up. That makes you go get it.
Yes.
And I think people take that as everybody's out to get it. You feel like, but it's not like that. Like, you got to be able to pick and choose.
You're right.
Who you think you need to compete with.
Yes.
Yeah, because you can't do shit alone. It's fucking impossible. You need to rely on people. We are herd mentality people. That's for a fact. And like, yeah, if you look at everyone like the opposition, you're not gonna get fucking anyone. You're only just stunting your growth and everyone else's growth. And that's
you only have hate when people is elevating.
Super important.
Yes, bro.
That's all you're gonna have, bro.
And like, what a shallow existence, in my opinion.
It's a bad way to live.
You know who Schoolboy Q is, Carlins?
Yeah.
Dude, so I'm a huge Schoolboy Q fan. Like, one of my personal favorite rappers. And he finally just released that he's dropping a new album this March. It's been like 5-6 years since he's dropped new music. It's been a long time. So, like, I've just been playing a ton of Q shit, just getting ready for it, man. I fucking love his shit. I love what TDE's doing. But I know that Kendrick just dropped out of there. Are you big into, like, TDE? Do you listen to them? Like Kendrick and Q?
Really.
No.
Yeah, who do you listen to?
Yeah, who do you bump? Who gets you right?
Oh, I'll be listening to.
I know one.
Who?
Rod Wave.
Oh, yeah.
No way. Dude,
yes, sir, that's the GOAT.
Well, we
That's
didn't
the
go
boy.
together, but we both went to his concert in TD Garden, and it was fucking awesome, man. He was doing the what was the name of the tour? Nostalgia Tour?
Nostalgia Tour.
Yeah, because he had just dropped his album, so he was doing what was that?
And he
video? Was it "Come See Me"? That music video when he's falling out the window.
Yeah.
Last night I was so.
Yeah. Dude,
so in the
he sounds just like the recording.
Dude,
too.
his voice is fucking angelic, man.
Unbelievable.
But in the performance, he had like an apartment building set up, like it looked like an apartment building, like a balcony and everything. Dude, he stood on top of the balcony and then just like Jesus pose, like fell off it into like a. You don't see it, but it was obviously in like some type of pit. And I was like, damn, like that was fucking hype.
Yeah.
Like it was a really important thing because it was about like the suicide prevention thing. And yeah, he was talking about it. He was like, man, people got me fucked up. They think I'm trying to promote suicide when I'm really just trying to spread awareness.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I love Rod Wave when he stands for it. He seems like a genuine good person, man. I love his music. But yeah, who else gets you right?
Luke Combs.
No way. You a big country guy?
Bro, I love Luke Combs.
Dude, let's go.
Yeah.
Luke Combs is probably in my like top 5 right now.
Yeah.
You know, I love him. I love Zach Bryan, Kenny Chesney. You know, those guys I think are like running the game right now. You know,
Yeah, they doing their thing. Who else I be listening to? Joey Badass I be listening to.
no
Joey
way.
Badass.
Dude,
Big
I'm a
shouts.
big Joey Badass
Yeah.
fan. I think he doesn't get a lot of recognition. And because I just saw him talk about, well, it's been a big thing lately about how streaming kind of like killed entertainment. Like you can stream movies and music so easily, so readily at your fingertips that like you buying a CD of a movie or an album versus you just streaming it on Spotify, it's like valued differently.
Yeah.
So that way the artists don't get paid properly. And I think
Yeah.
that's fucked up. I think that's very weird that like you get
The
like
music
you get like a
industry, bro.
penny per stream. Like what kind of value is that?
Yeah.
You know, like they just don't compare like an actual CD copy, like buying that versus like downloading an album. They value it differently, and I think that's a way that these companies just get theirs more than the artists do.
Yeah.
And I think that's so weird that like tech companies run these things, right? Like Apple Music, dude. Apple is just running everything from music, movies, tech. Like it's all fucking insane how they run shit. I think it's very weird.
No, it definitely is. Cause technology,
It's getting crazy.
it's only gonna keep getting worse.
AI is very close.
Yeah.
AI is terrifying.
Elon
actually.
just had a successful Neuralink transplant in one of
Yeah,
his
I seen
tests,
that.
which is fucking scary. Number one.
Yeah.
Number two, he just showed a video of one of his robots like learning how to walk, like
That's
walking,
scary.
like he.
Yo.
Dude, I'll have to look up this video now because it's fucking insane
No, that's scary.
how it's like getting to a real place. And I think AI will be super helpful if we're able to control it. But I think once it becomes super sentient, I mean,
Bro,
it's game over.
Didn't one company, I think it was like Facebook or something, they had two AIs communicating to each other. Did y'all
What
ever
the fuck?
Y'all
I mean, I
heard about
believe
that?
it.
I
didn't
remember
hear it,
reading
but-
that some Indian AI company created an AI that was able to teach itself different languages, and it wasn't programmed to do that. It just programmed itself that way.
That's
That's-
crazy.
that's
It wasn't
fucking-
even programmed.
Yeah,
That's
bro, it's
fucking
scary, bro.
wild
It's
to think
scary.
about. That like these things are so sentient because like once you're in the cloud or the database, you have like an AI can have all that information instantly. Like
Yo.
this is Elon Musk's spooky humanoid robot.
See, that's like too realistic for me. Like, obviously a little bit robotic, but
Obviously, it's a robot. Like obviously that is not a human, but like, dude,
Wait till they have only robot cops.
yo,
Only robot
RoboCop.
robot cop.
I was saying this
I mean,
the
dude, it's an amazing thing. Don't get me wrong. Like,
Yeah.
what a fucking step in technology. But like, it's surreal, man. That's surreal.
I was saying this to my friend the other day because self-driving cars,
Yeah,
they're gonna like
getting
there's gonna
crazy.
be a point in time where you just get in your car, you put an address in, and it's just gonna drive.
it just drives.
But
Takes you
say,
there.
say you got too many parking tickets or something, they're gonna take you right to the police station. Like, bro, it's gonna be scary, bro. It's gonna be scary, bro.
Yeah, you better be
That is
careful
a
what car you
fucking
get.
crazy to think about
Bro,
that.
it's
Like,
gonna be scary, bro.
yeah, once it gets too much to the point where they have a warrant for you,
Yeah.
straight to the
You
fucking
gonna- and you
police
can't,
station.
and they lock the door. You can't get like it's gonna be
Yeah,
scary,
bro.
bro.
Wow,
It's gonna be
that's
scary.
fucking.
You can't ride in the
crazy,
car
man.
anymore.
Can we trust technology, Carlins? What do you think?
I think we can if it's just used the right way.
Use it the right way.
But all the kids coming up is not, and that's the future of
yeah.
of the great minds that's gonna come up.
Yep.
Like, it's just gonna be hard. Like, have you ever seen? I remember I seen this video, some guy explaining how like the attention span of a person, like a kid being on
It's
TikTok,
like 3 seconds.
bro.
It's like less than 3 seconds.
They just swiping on TikTok. Attention span is gone, bro.
You ever been on a
have
bus and like or a train or anything and you see people swiping through that? I'm like, dude, you didn't even like watch it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
It's
Like-
like they 5 seconds, new one. 5 seconds, new one.
Yeah.
And that's so weird to me because like if I'm like watching a reel, I like need to read it. Like,
Yeah.
what am I watching here? And like I like need to like because it's so like the video itself is so fast that like I didn't even catch it.
Yeah.
How are people catching it so fast?
And that you even see it in TV now. Like, you see how many limited series there are. It starts in the beginning, 8 episodes, ends at the end, rather than having
Yeah.
a show run 4 or 5 seasons where they grow.
People
Yeah.
don't
But
have
everybody
that
just want
mentality
that.
anymore.
Like, yeah, everybody wants it right now.
Yes.
And,
the
um,
attention span is crazy.
Yeah, attention span, bro.
It is wild that we're at a dangerous point. in my
Yeah,
opinion.
dangerous, bro. Dangerous.
I think we gotta really like lock down, like you said, we gotta like mitigate how we consume this shit
It
because
starts with the new generation too.
Yeah.
Cause like I feel like all the adults who are like doing like they call it like the death scrolling or whatever.
yeah, if
Like,
for real,
they're
it's
all,
a
like,
scroll.
It's like you can't really change like an
Yeah.
adult, you know what I mean? But like the kids coming up, like
Have you seen the videos of I get with the new generations like Gen Alpha? It's like the first generation of the iPad kids.
iPad.
They're like
kids,
10
yeah.
years old
I thought
now,
that was
10,
Gen
11
Z.
years old. Nah, it's Gen Alpha.
Are
I
we
think.
Gen Z? What? I thought
Yeah,
we,
we're Gen Z.
are we
We're
millennials?
Gen Z.
We're Gen Z.
Then what are
The
millennials?
millennial cutoff is 96.
Yeah.
I was 97.
Oh,
So we're Gen Z, but Gen Alpha,
Okay.
they're the first
they're the 2000
iPad
kids.
Yeah, they're the first iPad kids.
Yeah.
Bro, do you see them now? Like, see the videos now of them?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
they're
bro.
they're so advanced than we were.
They
you know,
know
what I mean?
all-
Bro, they have no filter. They had like it's bad, bro. Like they got no filter. They'll come like, bro. I'm telling you,
It's
bro,
not
bad.
yo.
It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, that's the thing. iPad kids, like parents just give them an iPad and be like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, just let them rock.
Well, it's like I understand wanting them to learn that area because that's clearly where we're heading. I don't like how it's not, like you said, in China, it's like strictly for use for educational
Yeah.
purposes, and I think social media is perfect for like. There's so many
Yeah.
good educational sites out there that you can like watch. Like, I subscribe to like a lot of like electrical shit because I'm an electrician and I'm in classes right now, and like watching those videos helps me learn on the job. And so like I think people can use it for things like that, but then there's a lot of people that will use it to watch like people just like be assholes to people, and it's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
a weird way to like
Mm-hmm.
teach kids how to exchange with
Yeah.
humans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a weird way we live life now.
No, that's weird. Yeah, we make the wrong people famous. That's what we do.
Yo.
Facts.
We
That's
make
a
the wrong
fact,
people famous.
dude.
And
Yeah, it
then-
should be the doctor.
Some people have
Yeah.
platforms that really shouldn't, man.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, like, I appreciate the ones that really use their platform for good.
Mhm.
That's why, like, I like guys
Mm.
like Joe Rogan that have people on that can
Yeah.
that are like that can educate you and are really good. People that can offer something.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
Offer some help, and like some people just like. I'm not trying to like shit on anybody. Like, do your thing, get your bag. But like, have you ever listened to like a Call Her Daddy podcast?
Mm-mm.
It's mainly all just about like women teaching other women how to have sex.
Mm.
And like, I guess that's important. Sexual health is important, but
Mhm.
like, I just don't see where like
Don't even get me started with OnlyFans.
I just don't
And
see
all
like how
that,
that like
oh.
how that is like helping people. You know what I mean? Like the whole Gluck Gluck twist thing came out of
Yeah.
Call Her Daddy, and it's like, I don't like. Is that really like helping us? Like, I
Mhm.
get it's funny, and like I'm all for like entertainment and funny shit, but like, it's mainly all young women consuming that.
Yeah.
Is that really like a good thing to be teaching people?
My daughter won't be
Yeah.
listening to
That's what
it.
I'm saying,
Let's say
like,
that.
Not until she's like old enough to make her own decisions.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's
Yeah.
young impressionable people listening to that.
But that's what it comes to. So like nowadays, everybody can have a platform and say what they want.
Yep.
But that also
Yeah.
goes to someone being like, seeing a girl seeing that and be like, no, like this is not what I follow. Like this is not, let me not do this. So,
Yeah.
so, but people have to have that in them. Cause like, bro,
That's
I remember I seen this video of and in the video this girl was saying how she would never have a man going like take her on a coffee date.
Yeah.
And
Why
there's
that?
I don't know, but there's a lot of girls that would do that.
Right.
But you would see how a lot of people can't think for themselves.
Right.
So if
That's
they
a
see
fact.
that, they'll be like, "Oh, okay." Like even though they like coffee, they'll be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I can't do that. Like,
Right.
I can't go on a coffee date."
Yeah,
You feel
they
what I'm
see
saying?
that one video
Yeah.
and then
So
it
weird.
just
Yeah.
controls them.
So people can't really think for themselves, and they rely on outside sources
Yes,
to
bro.
shape their perspective.
Yeah, I feel like some people
Crazy.
don't really like sit down and think of like, why do I believe in this? Like,
Yeah.
what is stemming from this? And I
Mhm.
think like this podcast has helped me really rethink what I believe in.
Yeah.
And like, cause I'll bounce around a lot. There's some things where I'll think about like, where I'm like, damn, like, should we have free college? Is that really something good? Or like, no, we need people to pay. Like, I bounce back and forth because like, I want to make sure that like my basis is strong. They have a strong foundation for
Yeah.
what I believe in. And like, I don't think people like really think in depth about what they believe in.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of, like you said, just like see someone else and they're like, okay, I guess that's what I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so
Okay, I guess that's
true,
why I
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
And a lot of people only want what they want. So like,
Yep.
so say we're having an argument, right?
Yeah.
We're on opposing sides, but like you're coming out with some facts, like you're coming out with like
Yeah.
some truth. Now I gotta be like, oh, okay, like, wow, like you really convinced me. Now I'm gonna, change my view. See, that wouldn't
Yeah.
happen with a lot of people. A lot of people
Right.
They
will
die on
stand,
hills,
they'll
dude.
die on, even
that's
though they
bad.
know they're wrong. Even though they know they're
Yes.
wrong.
Bro, like, why do people like die on hills when they know they're wrong?
Yeah.
They just like
Ego,
can't
bro.
be wrong.
Mhm.
They just
Ego.
can't be wrong. And like, I was like that at one point where I've talked about this before. I forget, like, so me and our boy Matty Merck, we were just like arguing about some dumb shit, and like, I knew I was wrong, but like, I just like was fighting for some reason. I was just fighting it, and he literally just like stopped the conversation and goes like, "Dude, like, why can you just never admit when you're wrong?" He's like, "You always have to be
Yeah.
right. Like, it's okay to be wrong." And when he told me like, it's okay to be wrong, that really like changed the way I look at things.
Yeah.
It's okay to be wrong. Like, there's nothing wrong with being wrong.
Yeah.
Because being wrong just means that you're gonna learn the right way.
Yeah.
You're gonna be open to not being wrong again. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with being wrong. And some people
Yeah.
just like feel like, oh, if I'm wrong, then I lose all credibility, all this, and it's like really not the case.
They can't handle it.
They can't
handle it, bro.
And I think someone that is able to look outside of themselves and like reflect on what they believe and take all perspectives and aspects into consideration to really form the right opinion, I think that's really crucial.
Yeah,
That's
for
super
sure.
crucial.
No, most definitely. Yo, what you saying about OnlyFans though?
Yo.
Listen,
I saw.
I'm all for people getting
Yeah,
their
get
bag,
your bag.
do your thing.
I wouldn't judge like
I wouldn't judge.
Would I date an OnlyFans girls? Maybe, but it's
Maybe.
not what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? But I'm saying,
Yeah.
I saw this meme. It was like me getting up to go to my 9-to-5 job every day, and then there's a 4th grader making $1 million a month on
Selling
OnlyFans.
feet. Yeah.
Mhm.
Just like, it's crazy how like technology has obviously advanced us, but it's also like it's like hindering society in a way. Like,
Well,
sell pictures of yourself and like never have to work.
I think
But
it's
would
just.
you? Go ahead.
I just think it's just like. Yeah, I just really quick. I just think it's like innate human behavior that we turn towards like sex.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just how we are. So it's like
And
OnlyFans. I don't think OnlyFans was originally created for sexual content. I think it was made for like
No, it wasn't.
streamers, right?
It was,
Yeah.
To put their content
it was
on.
made for anybody. Like, say, a chef. They don't want to give their recipe out. You know,
Put it on
subscribe,
OnlyFans.
give
They can
videos,
cook on
they
that.
can cook.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. So, would you? I wouldn't say blame, but would you have accountability for the females that's doing this stuff, or the sick-minded guys that's paying money for this?
Yeah, so
think
it's
both, right?
it's both
Yeah.
because without those guys supporting it, like
They wouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
it's just like society pushes like the sexual agenda
Yeah.
so
We're just
much
innate
that like
human beings, you know what I
Mhm.
mean?
people
That's
people
raw
are gonna
shit to us.
people are gonna pay for that shit,
Yeah.
and like it's
Always.
it's
Sex
on them.
always
Mhm.
sells.
But like you said, you can't really blame the girl if
Yeah.
these dudes are gonna pay them
You
that
can't
much
blame
money. Like, what are you gonna do? Just not
Mhm.
get the bag
Mhm.
when you can?
Yeah, like I would rather do OnlyFans than work a real job. Working a real job sucks.
Yeah.
Then
You know,
they
they do push like the sex agenda a lot. I ain't gonna lie, they do. But
Yep.
you know, cause I seen something on this. It was like men back in the days,
Yep.
they would have like 4 or 5 wives.
Yes.
Like they would like have some side.
Spread
you feel
your
me? Like they
genes,
would,
baby.
yeah. But
Yep.
now it's like, yeah, you have to have one woman. But now, like, instead of having the 4 or 5 wives in size,
Yep.
now they have all the secret stuff on their phone
all the side
and
chicks.
all that stuff. Like,
Yep.
so
It's almost worse
yeah.
because
it's
you're trying to
worse.
hide it,
Yeah,
and
you're
it's
trying
like,
to hide.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
You're trying to hide. That's why a lot of people resort to, you feel me, watching OnlyFans or
Watching
like
that
watching
shit.
all that stuff. Like,
this is crazy, bro.
yeah,
They just got us in a chokehold.
We
They
evolve,
got
but
us
we
in a
still do
chokehold.
barbaric
Yeah,
shit.
mhm.
So it's really backwards and odd how we live life. But that's just, no matter how advanced we get,
we're
we'll
still the
always
same.
have instincts.
Yeah,
We'll always have these instincts that we can't get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
We just gotta
Same.
find a way to combat it. Like discussions that we're having right now, like that helps.
Super important for
Yeah,
people to
yeah,
listen
Because-
to, because I don't think people.
People don't hear like
People are afraid
perspective
to
from
have
like
these
down to earth
conversations.
people
Mhm.
enough. Like
Mhm.
you look up to kids look up to like superstars who they say outlandish shit to get reactions and all
Mhm.
that. Like, I feel like there should be more role models that are just like down to earth, like
Correct.
telling people to read
Mhm.
meditations. You know what I mean?
You have
Like,
to be very selective of who you choose to consume and listen to, and who you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
Right?
the 5
like-
people you hang out with most is
Yeah.
who you become.
Is who you become. So you got to make sure whoever you're around, man, make sure it's good fucking
Make sure it's
people.
good people. But
Yeah.
Good
but that's the
people.
thing though. People know that. They know the 5 people, and
They
they still
know
choose to
it.
surround themselves around people
Yes, bro.
who
Yeah.
who's not good for them. Like, people know that.
You're
It's
right.
so
They
true.
still
People aren't
choose.
stupid.
Yeah.
People
So
aren't
true.
dumb, but I think people are impressionable.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, like, because I was telling him, I think we talked about this on last pod about like, you kind of have like certain circles of people that you hang out with.
Mhm.
Like, there's certain people you'll hang out with when you go to the clubs or the bar.
Mhm.
Then you'll have certain people you'll go when you just want to hang out, watch the game. And then there's certain people you want to hang out with when you go get dinner, right?
Go to the
It's-
library.
Go to the library, right?
Different
Like,
people.
you have certain people for certain things. So like, you keep them in certain circles, and you just gotta make sure like which ones you keep at which distance.
yeah.
You know what
That's
I mean?
true.
Because some of those people may not be good for you. Some of
Mhm.
those, and like, I think you should be well rounded and want a good community around you. But certain people, if you hang around the party club people too much, you might
Yeah.
spiral out. You know what I mean?
You're,
Like,
you're gonna become like them.
I become like that.
And with like with what you were saying, like, hearing people speak, I think the best one of the best learning experience a person can have is having a conversation with someone.
Yes.
Being able to
Dude.
talk to somebody about, any issue or anything. I think one thing people need to get better at is being able to have
Deep conversation.
Yeah, deep conversations. Like being able to
Good dialogue.
Yeah, good dialogue. Like be able to say your point, not get offended. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Like,
how often do
We
we
gotta
get to do
normalize.
this?
Yeah.
We
How
gotta
often have you,
normalize
like,
that.
Sat down because we're like almost 3 hours in. How long? When was the
Jeez.
last time you? This hasn't even felt like 3 hours, by the way.
Nah, facts.
But
facts.
how long has it been since you sat down with someone for 3 hours and just
and just
pick their
talk,
brain?
Like, yeah, just
We
talk,
never
like,
do that.
Never,
Yeah.
never.
That's why I like this, is because we get to find common ground and like be cool with people and like with some people that you may not think you'd be cool with. You know what I mean? And like that is so important to me,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
like you need to have these conversations with people, and we don't do it.
Yeah,
We
and
don't
people
do it.
so like people are so interested in like you don't know where they came from, you don't know what they've been through. They have completely different perspectives.
You have so
Yes.
much to
just
learn from.
Yeah, just
So much to learn.
Everybody you come across, like you have something you can learn from them. Like
It's
you
a
do.
fact.
And
It's a fact.
I think people just need to be able to tap into that and not be able to live on their phones all day.
Yes.
We do
Yeah,
that.
Look up every once in a
Yeah,
while.
look
Just
up.
look up.
Yeah, go touch some
observe.
grass.
Go to like go out, leave your phone in the house. Like
Yeah.
go out, you feel me? Like do
Yeah, no,
stuff, like
I left my phone in the car because one of our last pods we just dropped, I like got like just like a text from my boss that was pissing me off during the pod, and it really just like interrupted my flow. And I was like, damn, like I can't let that shit like affect what I do here, because I really love doing this, and I like being present, right? Like I can't worry about the past or the future, like you were saying. I just gotta be present in this
Stay
moment.
present.
'Cause this moment is really all we have.
yeah, all we
Right.
have,
This is
bro.
all you fucking have. You don't own
yeah.
shit in life. You don't own your cars. You don't own your house. You don't own anything. Like
Yeah.
you have nothing but this moment. And so
So what would you say is like the moral of the story?
yeah,
That's how we usually like to.
we touched upon a lot of different things.
Yeah,
in
we
this
touched upon
pod,
a
but like
lot.
yeah, what would you leave with the people?
What would I leave with the people?
Yeah.
I would just say, just talk.
Just
be able
talk.
to just talk, man. Like even with people in the same house as you, like a lot of like siblings and stuff like that, they don't really know what's
They don't
going
talk,
on.
talk.
Like they don't
It's
really
a
talk,
fact.
for real.
I can
Facts.
attest.
Like
Me too.
starting with that, or even speaking to like your parent, like your mom or dad, like what they had to go through. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like
bro.
before you, during you, after you, like
Yeah.
you don't know what they've been through. So just be able to talk with them, talk with friends,
Yep.
just have conversations. Like that's the best thing you can learn from.
Learn about other
Yes,
people.
that's-
Learn about other people.
Hell yeah.
Learn about other
yeah.
people, man. I think that's super slept on. I think a lot of people just like don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They're very like, oh, fuck that person, fuck this. I'm all about me. And I think that's
Yep.
a bad way to look at it. I think I would leave the same thing. Yeah, like learn, be willing and open to learn about what other people think and why they think that way.
Yeah.
And then you
Yep.
can use that on yourself. Like, why do I think this way? Why do I live life this way? So yeah,
Cause like
I'd
in
agree.
the beginning, I said like we're all here to help each other out. Like
Yes.
no one can do anything alone. Like
love is
we're
super
all helping each other.
underrated.
Yeah.
People like think,
unconditional love.
yes,
Unconditional
not like you're
love,
gaining
bro.
something from
Yeah.
it. Like I said about cheerleading, man. Like some people, I think people look at love like a weakness, and I think it's the biggest strength, man. I think if you're able to cheer someone on, show love for like you said, unconditionally, like for no gain, that moves fucking mountains, man.
No matter what.
Yes.
Yeah.
No matter what. Like I was watching this I was watching this interview with Shia LaBeouf and
Let's
Shout
go,
out-
dude.
shout out
Shout
Shia.
Shia LaBeouf, baby.
I forgot the guy.
Was it him and John Bernthal, the guy that plays the Punisher?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
let's go. I love that interview.
I was watching that, and that's where I got the farmer story from.
Chinese
Dude.
farmer.
Chinese,
And,
dude. I got Chinese from my boy Z Kane.
Okay, and but even watching that, like everything Shia LaBeouf went through, and him being there, like, bro,
He
like,
clearly
that-
shows some regret, man.
Yeah.
He really changed his ways. So I gotta respect someone that made mistakes, put the work in to do the right thing, and now is just
Learn
working
from it.
Yeah, learn from it and do the
Learn
right
from
thing,
mistakes, man.
I
Like,
think that's super important.
there's no L's in life. It's
No.
just learning
Learning.
experiences. Like
Learning.
everything you go through is just you taking another step to get to your highest point, your ultimate
Yes.
level. You know, like
Dude, why don't you have a podcast? I think you would be fucking great at this.
yeah, it's true.
Dude, you're
It's
amazing
true.
at this, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like this has been like really one of my favorite pods.
It comes natural to
Appreciate
him.
This
It
has
comes
been a
natural.
fucking baller time, man.
I don't know, man. I like talking. Like I like I said when I got hurt, you know, like learning more and like doing stuff more. Like
Yep.
I've gained.
You're good at this, man. I think you got a great mind for it.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'll see, man. I'll see.
He
Dude,
can do whatever
we
you
can-
put your mind to.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's a fact.
We're not perfect at this, but like I can help you find certain things that work for you and how to set it up, man. For real.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll think about it. I'll see, man. I'll see.
I think you would
sir.
be perfect for this space, man. I think you're great at this.
Yeah.
I think you're very good at this, man.
After his
I will,
after his
man, I will.
illustrious Hall
After
of Fame
his
career,
amazing career in
he
the
will
NFL,
start-
man.
he will start his
I agree,
pod,
dude.
I'm sure.
I really think you'd be fucking good at this, man. Dead serious. Like I think
Yes,
you
sir.
should start your own pod. What would you call it?
I don't even know. I don't know. That'll be hard.
Chop it up, Carlins.
Chopsticks
I don't know.
podcast.
Chop something. I don't know. I got to think about it. I feel like one thing I don't like. I don't like regretting.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like I feel like
That's the worst feeling.
Yeah, it's the worst feeling. And at the end of the day, you have to regret. So like say like if I with the podcast stuff, like I have two choices: either not to do it or to do it.
Yep.
But with the regret, it's like which one can I live with? Or which regret can I live with?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's some regrets that'll keep you up at night. You
Oh,
feel me?
dude,
Keep you tossing
tell
and
me
turning.
about it.
But there's others you could say, okay, I could go with this, but I could live with that. Like I could live with not doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
100%, man.
so I gotta see, man. I gotta see.
Weigh the options. You know.
I
Just-
really don't think it would be a loss at all.
Yeah.
I really don't think it would. I think it would be, like I said, I think you're good at this. And I think you have a lot to say. And I think it's important for people to hear this. And I think, like, you could garner a huge platform for sure. And I think that.
Huge perspective to be
For
gained.
sure, man. I think you have a lot of experience. And I think.
It's a fact.
I think a lot of people make decisions that have no fucking experience. And that's
Yeah.
why we have a fucked up society.
Yeah,
We have a bunch of fucking 90-year-old people running this office that
Yeah.
literally are fucking bots. We have a bunch of fucking 20-year-old kids that don't know shit,
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
shit to little kids, thinking that they know what life is like, and they
Mhm.
don't, dude. Like, and don't even listen to me. Like I tell people, don't listen to me, dude. I'm a fucking bot. Like I've experienced some shit in my life. I've been through a lot of things, but like, I still don't have the full wisdom I would like to have
Mhm.
in order to tell certain people things. You know,
But that's why we
take
keep.
things with a grain of salt
Exactly.
always. That's why I always keep it honest. Like, dude, I would love to have a platform, and I hope people listen to this because, you know, I think, like you said, just listening, being able to learn about people is important. But I don't think I know everything at all, and that's
Yeah.
literally the point of this podcast is to just learn what other people think, man. And I think picking your brain has been a fucking great time, dude. It's been
Yeah,
awesome.
man.
Hell yeah.
I'm so glad Ty set this up, man. He
Nah,
hit
for
me up and
sure.
was like, yo, my boy, play fucking football. Like, I'm trying to have mom. I was like, dude, I can't wait for this.
Nah,
I
man,
was
I love,
hyped
bro.
up.
Bro, I loved it, bro. I mean,
Yeah,
me
no,
and
this
y'all
was
boys,
dope.
man.
Dude, this
I mean,
this
I've
is
known
sick,
Ty
man.
for how long? But just me and you too, bro. Like, man, we click for sure.
Yes,
Fuck
sir.
yeah.
Sure.
No, I appreciate that, man. It's
Mhm.
I know like which is not super far away, but like you taking the time to just be here means the world to us, man.
Take that hike
It really
out, bro.
does.
Yeah,
It really
for
does.
sure.
You just coming on, chopping up, chilling. Like this is literally honestly, I have the best time doing this.
Mhm.
I pay to do this, and I don't mind. I literally don't mind doing it because I love it. I really
It's a
like this.
passion.
That's
Passion.
all it is, bro.
So I think that's another thing I leave with people. Just literally, genuinely do what you love because
Do what you love.
even if it costs you money, man, because if you love it, you'll fucking it's what you're
Hey,
good for.
Yeah.
Rod Wave said, "If you got dreams, you better chase them."
You better
If you got
chase
dreams,
it.
you
That's
better
a-
chase 'em.
that's
Fuck
a-
yeah.
Better chase 'em.
That's
If
where
they
I'm
wanna do
leaving.
Is that what we're
something-
leaving them?
And if they want to do something, they got to do it now because they don't know what's going to happen in the future.
Do it now.
All we
'cause
have
do it
is
now.
right
all
now.
you have is now.
Now,
That's
yeah.
all you
Now.
got.
That's all you got, man.
Ah,
So
God.
what do we do? We dancing this one out?
yeah. Dance this one
Let's
out.
dance this one out, boys.
Thank you guys for watching.
Fuck yeah.
Carlins, thanks for coming again.
Let's fucking go, baby. Carlins, I appreciate you so much, man. All right, everyone.
Great time.
Good night, bitches.
Peace.